Hello, hello, and welcome to the List Critics. You know you love it. I'm NecroVMX, and with me, as always, is Tanya Patelho.
Hello, everybody.
Host. Yes, Tanya's here. Never.
Woohoo!
We have lots of lists to get through, so let's get through them.
Hell yeah.
Now, actually, Tanya, before we start, I wanted to speak to our List Critic fans and contributors about a couple of things. One of them is, I get these questions like, can I send in a list? Of course you can. Don't ask me if you can. Just send it in. You don't have to get my permission beforehand. The second thing is, one of our lists this month, Tanya, is somebody sent in a top 500 list. And we can't have that. That would take the whole episode.
No, that's a bit too much.
It would take the whole episode just to do the one list. So please, no top 500 list. In this case, and it made it worse by the fact the person didn't even number it. So that just made it even more confusing. I took the top 100 off of that, and we'll do that. But from now on, I'm going to have to set a limit. Nothing over 100, please.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nothing over 100. Okay, so let's get right to it. We have a list here from S Serpent 21.
Hello.
And he's an interesting guy. He's been a subscriber of mine for a long time, and I'm actually a subscriber of his because sometimes he puts up like classic Howard Stern stuff, which I really enjoy.
Oh, sweet.
But he put it top 15 games for the Super NES that are not by Nintendo or Square. Now this is interesting. This is a list he put the note here at the beginning. He says, "Let's face it, the Super NES is one of the greatest things ever made. Only Pizza comes close, but sadly, its great library does get few mentions because of other games on the list that steal the limelight, and you always hear about on lists about the Super NES. Here are then 15 of the games that are not by Nintendo or Squaresoft that need a little more recognition." And it is true, Tanya, that whenever we get a Super NES list, it is dominated by Nintendo and Square.
Oh, of course. But then again, everybody knows the Final Fantasies and Chrono Trigger and everything. That always steals the limelight. It always does.
Yeah, and Mario. And, so it is interesting to see someone put that kind of restriction on their list. So let's see what we have. So number 15 is, and he put a little note for each of them, which I like. Number 15 is T2, the arcade game. He says, damn good adaptation of the arcade shooter. It's mindless, but it's fun. I have not actually played that on the Super NES. I've played it on the Genesis, and I've played it in the arcade, but I've never actually played the Super NES one.
I have played the Super NES, and honestly, I found it tedious, and I also found it incredibly difficult in some sections. So,
I mean, that's the kind. I mean, that had a light gun.
Yeah.
In the arcade, and then I guess, what do you drag on a cursor across the screen?
You're just dragging a cursor across the screen. Yeah.
That's the kind of game that would have begged for a Super Scope.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that's not really an amazing one. Let's move on. Number 14, Mega Man X. Great soundtrack and update to the Mega Man franchise. A little short, though, and fighting Sigma at the end was a bitch and a half, though. I never had that much of a problem with him.
I thought Sigma was a good boss, so, yeah.
Yeah, I never had that much of a big, I know some people who have never beaten him.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I know this one guy, Ben, that he was able to blast through Mega Man Zero for Game Boy Advance like it was nothing, and that's a really hard game. Like, if you've ever played Mega Man Zero, it's really fucking hard. He got through it like nothing. He played through Mega Man X, which I've always thought as being one of the easier ones. He couldn't beat Sigma.
Wow.
Never understood it. Yeah. But that is a good addition. Number 13 is Plock, and I do see this on top Super NES games lists a lot. He says, fun side-scroller where you as a little dude can shoot his arms and legs at monsters in search of your flag is still nothing landmark but enjoyable.
Good game. Good game.
I played it for a video, and I thought it was fun. I don't know if it's top 15 material, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Number 12, Doom. If you were like me and you didn't grow up with a PC when Doom was new, then this is your best bet with a rocking soundtrack and kept a lot of the gameplay. The muddy graphics, small screen, and honey walls were a little bit of a disappointment, though. I can't play Doom for Super NES. I will give them credit for the soundtrack actually sounded better on the Super NES than it did on PC, though.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. But the graphics...
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to get a console version of Doom, get it for PlayStation.
Oh, that's your best bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 11 is Combat Tribes.
What?
A bit butchered from its arcade version with fewer enemies, no three-player option, and a weird versus mode, but this is really what Super Double Dragon should have been.
Never played it.
It's a brawler, and it is better than Super Double Dragon, but that's not saying much because Super Double Dragon was a piece of shit. If you're going to pick one brawler, and I don't know if he has any others on there, but if you're going to pick a brawler, I would pick Final Fight 2, personally.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a great game. Yeah.
Number 10, Super Star Wars. Awesome side-scroller to an awesome movie. A little tough and tight at times. That's what she said. But it's a great side-scroller.
I have to agree. Yeah.
I prefer the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi games, though.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, granted, Return of the Jedi is a little too hard.
Especially towards the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But Empire was great. All right, number 9, Wing Commander. Some might argue it's a little choppy compared to its PC counterpart, but the graphics, sound, and gameplay are faithfully represented in this port over. Too bad Wing Commander 2 Vengeance of the Kilrathi never got published like it was supposed to. I don't even like it on PC, so I can't imagine on Super NES.
I never played it on PC. Wasn't Wing Commander also on the 32X or Sega CD or something like that?
I believe Wing Commander 3 might have been on Sega CD. I'm not sure.
I remember playing a Wing Commander on Sega something. I forget what the hell it was. Yeah. And I was not impressed by any of it. So I don't know if it's that one or if it's a port or.
It's not impressive even on PC, in my opinion. But it has an interesting story to it, though. But the actual action, Yeah. Number 8. Now this is interesting. We're seeing one of those dreaded license games here. Judge Dredd. Taking levels based on the corny movie and some based on the comics, and you have a decent side-scroller, great soundtrack, too.
Never played it.
Is that really top 15 material?
Judge Dredd.
I mean, I know that you're limiting it to stuff not made by Nintendo or Square, but there's a whole bunch of stuff by, like Capcom, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enix, I mean, that's just weird. Number 6 is Super Castlevania 4. I missed the branching paths and spirit helpers from 3 on the NES, but the soundtrack, graphics, and improved controls are phenomenal.
An absolute instant classic.
You can't go wrong with that. I'm glad that's on there. Number 5 is Mortal Kombat 2. Damn near picture perfect for its time of release of the popular arcade game. All the secrets, fatalities, and characters made it over, and it's damn impressive for its time.
I would have to say yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat series is a little wonky on Super NES because the first one had, the gameplay was way off and it was censored. And the third one, well, we didn't get a good home version of Mortal Kombat 3 until it hit the DS, so.
Yeah, but but 2 was great on the SNES. I had fun. Yeah, I had fun with that one.
2 was great on the Super NES. Number 4 is Street Fighter Alpha 2. Not many people played this at the time with the newer, nicer systems on the horizon and with a limited print run, but the Super NES Street Fighter Alpha 2 does deliver much of the action in the arcade version. Damn loading times, though. Honestly, if you're going to pick one Street Fighter game, why not Turbo?
Turbo, fucking A. Hell yes.
Because there were 4 Street Fighter games on the Super NES. You had the original Street Fighter, okay. You had Turbo, which was amazing. You had Super Street Fighter, which had the extra characters, but it wasn't as quick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Street Fighter Alpha 2, which was like a really butchered port. You know, even on PlayStation, it was very toned down. So then try to imagine it on Super NES.
Yeah, no.
That's weird. That's a weird choice. Number 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. While the 4-turtle option and smoother gameplay of the arcade version is missed, the added levels, bonus stages to break up the tedium, and better boss characters make this one superior. I couldn't agree more on that.
Hell fucking yes.
Number 3, finally an NX game, ActRaiser. The RPG elements of this great NX game were sorely missing for the sequel.
One of my favorites.
And his number 1 pick for his favorite Super NES game not made by Nintendo or Squaresoft is Contra 3. Take classic NES Contra games and amp them up with more weapons, more aliens, and more fun on the Super NES.
I was just playing that the other day, too. I love that game.
It's pretty good. This is not the list that I would have made, really. I just realized I skipped one. I skipped from number 8 to number 6. Number 7 was Super Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
So at least he had that on there. Yeah, but I could think of probably half a dozen games that should have been on here but are not. You know what I mean?
Oh, I could too. Yeah, easy.
I mean, I don't know. It's a weird list, like Judge Dredd and Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Combat Doom.
It's a little odd.
It's weird. Out of 15, I'm gonna give this a 6.
You know, some of them I didn't really know, and some of them were just like kind of like downright blah. So I'm actually gonna go with a 5.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Moving on. Spud and Spud sent me 2 lists. We have his top 10 best movie sequels ever. And this is what he wrote. He said, note, these entries aren't based on personal merit alone, but how they added to and related to the quality of the first.
Okay.
Which, of course, is important when you're doing a sequel.
Of course.
Okay, so his number, and he has notes for each of them, which I do enjoy. Number 10 is Toy Story 3. Prefer it over the first 2. No, you guys aren't Pixar fans. Oh, well. Well, I haven't seen any of the Toy Story movies, but everybody tells me that 3 was like one of the best movies of all time, so I'm going to take your word for it.
And actually, I am a huge Pixar fan, so actually, I don't know if you knew that, but I am.
Okay, you go.
And I loved Toy Story 3. I thought it was the best entry out of the entire series, so I have to agree. Awesome. It's just awesome.
So would you say it actually kind of sucks that it's only number 10?
I honestly, yeah, I actually would have put it a lot higher. Yeah.
Right. Number 9 is Superman 2. He says easily his favorite Superman movie. It was good. I don't know if it's better than the first one though. What do you think, Tanya?
That was one with Zod in it, right?
Yeah, it certainly had a lot of action, but it was it got a little weird near the end.
You know, the movie kind of when Superman did the whole losing his powers thing and everything, I think the movie kind of flopped at that point in time, and then it came back later on. So.
But then there was weird,
no,
it's like,
I don't think so.
Like when he throws the S emblem, like what the hell was that?
Yeah, no, that was really weird too. No,
You know the problem.
No, I have to say I think the original was better.
You know the problem was that they fired Richard Donner halfway through the movie, so it kind of became disjointed.
Yeah, no,
that was the issue.
I mean, it's a good movie, but it wasn't like the original, so
yeah.
No.
Number 8 is Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which was the 7th Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's one of my favorites, actually.
While I love horror movies, I generally tend to think sequels for them are incredibly difficult. While never surpassing the original, New Nightmare changed the formula and the sense of the series, which is something that's pretty difficult to do. And I gotta say, they tried to end the Freddy series with the 6th one, which was Freddy's Dead, but that was just, it was so stupid.
It was silly. It was silly.
They had to come back and do one more, bringing back Wes Craven, who hadn't directed any of them since the first one, and give it, a proper ending.
I have to say, I wholeheartedly agree. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is actually one of my favorites out of the whole series, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that, it's interesting. You know how a lot of people say that with the Star Trek movies, the even-numbered ones are really good and the odd-numbered ones not so much? And I don't agree with that, but you know how people
I don't agree with that. I love Search for Spock. I love Star Trek 6. I love that one too, so it's like,
But with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, rather with the, what do you call it? The Nightmare on Elm Street, the odd-numbered ones are better. Just think about it. You have the original, and then you have Dream Warriors, and you have Dream Child, and then you have New Nightmare.
Yeah, all great ones. Yeah, there we go.
So it's just interesting the way that turned out. Number 7 is The Godfather Part 2. Of course, incredible sequel, an incredible movie. Definitely better than the original 2, I would have to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that definitely works. Number 6, Spider-Man 2. As a Spider-Man fan, I felt the original Tobey Maguire trilogy didn't capture the feel of the comics. However, even though it didn't quite get it, as a movie, Spider-Man 2 greatly triumphed over the original, which I didn't like. Love Sam Raimi, though. I did like the original, but the second one was way better.
I actually have to disagree on this one, actually.
Really?
I actually enjoyed the original more than the second one, believe it or not.
Really? You had a better villain. You had a better script. You had more of a focus on characterization.
See, for me, I look at it in terms of how they're presenting the story of Spider-Man itself. And to me, the second one was just pure fan service, whereas the first one actually sounded like a Spider-Man movie to me.
I don't know. I think that the first one just everything about it seemed low budget. Like
Yeah,
they
but
like they couldn't get the best actors, so they got whoever they could. They couldn't get the best script writers, so they just kind of banged something out. You know what I mean?
well, maybe that's why it kind of appeals to me because
Uh,
it's less blockbuster and more gritty. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I just think the characterization in the second one was so much better.
no, I guess in that one we have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, we're gonna yeah. Number five, Dawn of the Dead. Original Dawn of the Dead is my favorite zombie movie ever, if not top three.
I have to say exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Honestly, you can put any Romero sequel into that spot.
Mm-hmm.
They were all good.
Or great.
Yeah. Number four, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Probably my favorite classic Western ever. And yeah,
I
you
never,
know,
I never saw that.
you never saw The Good, the Bad? Did you see
I've never seen it.
the first two? Did you see any of them?
Nope, never saw them.
You have to one day get all three movies, like Netflix them or whatever, and watch from beginning to end for a few dollars more, A Fistful of Dollars, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I
It's
actually,
basically, it is the Lord of the Rings of Westerns.
I will have to put that on my movies to watch list. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Number three, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I prefer the original for personal reasons, but can't deny this one. I also prefer the original, but the second one was certainly very cool.
I have to say, again, I prefer the original, but the
Yeah.
second one, again, awesome. You
Yeah,
know,
the second one was interesting because it went in a different direction. It didn't try to copy the first Terminator, which you couldn't really do
no.
because that movie was really unique. It went in a more action and sci-fi route than the first one did.
The first one was a lot more, was a lot darker, you know.
It had a horror and noir elements
Yeah.
that never really came back. Number two, The Empire Strikes Back. Darker and more intelligently written than Star Wars. Enough said. And I have to
Hell, yes.
fully agree there. And finally, number one is Aliens. Divided a lot of people on whether or not this or Alien was better, but personally, Aliens is my personal favorite movie directed by James Cameron. I have to agree with you on that.
I have to agree as well.
So, this was a really good list. I know we disagreed about the Spider-Man thing, but, you know, I think that I'm going to give it a 10.
I'm actually going to give it a 9.
Here you go, because of the Spider-Man thing, right?
Because of the Spider-Man thing.
Okay, and this is another list from the same fellow. Spud and Spud sent me his top 10 favorite PlayStation 1 games.
Ooh, okay, great.
Number 10 is Silent Hill, twisted as fuck and scary as hell. Love
Hell
it.
yes.
Definitely very cool. Number 9, Gran Turismo 2, great racing game. Well, I'm not really much for the racing games.
I don't like racing games, so it's like whatever.
There, yeah, it's sort of, Number 8, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. To be honest, I felt the first Spyro game sucked. Ripto's Rage was probably the only platformer on the PlayStation that I really loved.
All right, that I have to disagree with. The first Spyro, I'm sorry, but it was legendary. So.
You know, I'm hearing that a lot lately of people saying that the series only got good with the second one.
I disagree. I totally disagree with that.
I couldn't care less, to be honest, but, you know, I'm just saying I have been hearing that a lot lately.
The sequel, don't get me wrong, the sequel was good, but to me, in terms of adding to the series and really picking it up, I thought the first one not only did fine, I think it really made its mark. So.
Well, I mean, there wouldn't have been a second one if the first one sucked, right?
That's what I mean, exactly. So.
Number 7 is Final Fantasy Tactics. Loved every second of it, but I'm a fairly big Final Fantasy game. You know, it's one of my favorites. It's one of your favorites, so we're all going to agree there. Number 6 is Resident Evil, the director's cut. Might be nostalgia. Most people prefer 2. Well, I admit 2 is better designed. The mansion setting and characters from the first resonated more. Director's cut was also better than the original. Well, I do think 2 was better for many, many, many reasons, but, you know, it's his list. There you go.
It's a good game, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Number 5 is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Probably my personal favorite Castlevania, but I lived for 2. I think he means he liked 4 too. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that's only number 5.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, Chrono Cross. A lot of people who praise Trigger tend to overlook this game, but I preferred it over the original, to be honest. I also thought Chrono Cross was better.
Now, see, me, again, you know, I do prefer the original, but from different reasons. But,
yeah,
you know, but I got to tell you, Chrono Cross, one of my favorite games of all time. Love it.
You know what? You know what? Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, as a duology, kind of remind me of actually going to Star Wars for a second. Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, where the second one was sort of exploring the ramifications of the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of why I like Chrono Cross, because it was darker and it was creepier, and it really showed you how much time travel can really fuck things up.
The thing I really didn't like about the only thing I didn't like about Chrono Trigger was the fact that there wasn't enough characterization and character depth for all the characters.
Oh, you mean Chrono Cross, right?
Yeah, Chrono Cross. Yeah, that's what I mean. There was just not enough there.
Well, you know, that was a hardware limitation. I know that they wanted to have a lot more characterization for the 44 characters, and they were stretching the limits of the PlayStation, really.
Oh, I know, but it's
yeah.
To me, it's like you either do a character right or don't do it at all. You know,
I agree there, but I tend to, like, even though I collect all the characters, I tend to just stick to the ones that are better developed, and you do have that option, you know. Moving along, number 3.
Yeah, I do that too. Yeah.
Number 3, Final Fantasy IX. Having been a series fan since the original, this game really tripped the nostalgia factor for me, and that's good because that's why it was made.
The Final Fantasy IX is one of my all-time Final Fantasy favorites. It really is. It's awesome.
I gotta really disagree with the last two here, but wow, man. Number 2 is Final Fantasy VIII. 8.
What?
This is what he wrote. He said he started the series with 1. 6 is his favorite. And he felt that 7 was overrated. He feels that 8 gets a lot of hate, but he loved the shit out of it. Somebody's gotta.
Well, okay. My only question to you is if 6 is your favorite, how can you go from the storyline and depth of 6 to the lackluster storyline of 8?
Yeah. I mean, I do agree that 7 is overrated, but it's a better game than 8 is.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't get it. I mean, and not only it, but 8's mechanics are just...
I gotta say something about this, actually, and why this bothers me so much. To put 8 above 7 is one thing. To put it above 9 is really fucked up.
How can you possibly put that above 9?
To put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots above Tactics is unbelievably fucked.
8 is not. I mean, in terms of storyline, gameplay, game mechanics, it's
everything.
Nowhere near it.
It's not anywhere near on the level of Tactics.
Nowhere near it.
Not even close. I've always said that Tactics is the best Final Fantasy, and I'll stick by that. And finally, number 1 is Metal Gear Solid. He says, I know you guys don't like it, but oh well, what can I do about that? It's my favorite. And
well, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's his list. But we do get to rate his list. And I felt that up until we hit number 2, it was a fairly solid list. Some of the order is a little weird. Final Fantasy VIII, wow. Metal Gear Solid, I kind of expected that. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm going to go a little lower and say a 5.
Ooh, harsh. Okay. Let's see. Uber McFailsauce. Moving on to him. He sent me a list from flavorwire.com. It is 10 of the most gloriously offensive songs in history. Anything? Now, I haven't looked at this, but anything would you expect to be on here?
Oh, goddess.
I would hope that at least one Frank Zappa song makes the list.
I was just gonna say a Frank Zappa song,
like
or
Bobby Brown Goes Down, or Dynamo Hum. Those are really raunchy.
Maybe a couple of metal songs. Maybe, I don't know, but
yeah. If you want to, since it says in history, hopefully it does go back. Like, how about Mozart's opera "Lick My Ass"? He did write an opera called "Lick My Ass."
I know.
He also wrote a follow-up opera called "Lick My Ass Nice and Clean."
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
So there you go. Okay, so here we go. Number 10 is by the artist's name is Risque. The song is called Smell Yo Dick. Have you ever heard this one? I have actually heard Smell Yo Dick, and it's possibly one of the funniest songs ever written. But I think the basic premise is she thinks her boyfriend is cheating on her, so she wants to smell his dick to see if he's been cheating on her. I mean, I remember it's like, why you coming home at 4 in the morning? Something's going on. Let me smell your dick. And
Wow.
it goes on like that. And it's very, I don't think it's offensive, but then again, I don't think anything is offensive. I think it's funny.
I might have to go check it out later on.
Yeah. Now this is interesting because this is a song that is offensive, but gets played on the radio all the time, and people don't realize what it's about. Number 9, the artist is the Rolling Stones. The song is Brown Sugar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, original title was going to be Brown Pussy.
Yep.
It's about fucking a black chick.
Fucking a black chick, yeah.
Not that there's anything really offensive about that, but the way that they sing about it is really messed.
So bad. It's so bad. Yeah.
Next one is these are okay. Yeah, these are not really numbered all that well. They're not in any particular order. It's not top 10. It's 10 of the most. So the next one is the artist is the Sex Pistols. The song is called Bodies. And it's about abortion, so that's bound to offend people.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Sex Pistols, and I've never heard the song, but there you go. Oh, wow. Okay, the next one is, I've never heard of this artist. They're called Tism, and the song is called Defecate on My Face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
I mean, they have song titles, other songs that they list here, like I Might Be a Cunt, but I'm Not a Fucking Cunt, and If You're Creative, Get Stuffed. So obviously they're just trying to be as offensive as possible, which kind of makes it a little less fun, but there you have it. The next one is, I'm familiar with this one. The band was called the Anti-Nowhere League. The song was called So What. Now, I don't know, you've probably not heard it, but you might have heard the cover version by Metallica.
I think I might have. Yeah.
It was on Garage Inc.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So what? Yeah, that was Anti-Nowhere League.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. And that is a pretty bad song in terms of, I mean, the guy talks about he screws schoolgirls and goats and whatnot. It's pretty raunchy.
It is pretty raunchy. Yeah.
Next one is Katy Perry, really. Katy Perry apparently has a song called You're So Gay.
You're so... Really?
Yeah.
This is the one who did I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It, right?
Yeah, I think she's just having a laugh, really.
You're so gay. Is it You're So Gay or You're So Gay?
You are.
So gay.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
I'm actually just gonna, real quick, I'm just gonna read a couple of these lyrics.
Okay, I want to hear the lyrics, yes.
Okay, alright, here we go. I hope you hang yourself with your H&M scarf. Wow. While jacking off listening to Mozart. You bitch and moan about L.A., wishing you were in the rain reading Hemingway. You don't eat meat and drive electrical cars. You're so indie rock it's almost an art. You need SPF 45 just to stay alive. You're so gay you don't even like boys. No, you don't even like boys.
I like this. I like these lyrics. No, because she's coming out against like hipsters, you know? You know, these San Francisco douches with their Priuses and their tofu hot dogs and all that. I actually kind of like that. There you go.
Here's a verse I like. You're so sad, maybe you should buy a Happy Meal. You're so skinny, you should really supersize the deal. Secretly, you're so amused that nobody understands you. I like that. Okay.
She does have interesting lyrics. I don't think it's offensive. I think it's smart, actually. I think it's the title.
I think it's pretty smart,
throws people off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next one, this would be number 7 if you were counting, but we're not. It's the artist is Ween, You probably know Ween. They did that song, Teenage Douchebag or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I know what they are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the song is called the HIV song.
Oh God.
That pretty much says it all right there.
God.
Yeah. The next one, Two Live Crew. You know, they were known for their raunchy lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
The song was Me So Horny.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, I mean that's a hip hop classic right there. And finally, oh wait, not finally. Hold on. There's one more. Yeah, there's two more. Frank Zappa makes an appearance.
Woot!
But it's not Bobby Brown Goes Down. It's not He's So Gay. It's not Dynamo Hum. It's We're Turning Again.
Really?
Off of his album Have I Offended Someone? And yeah, I mean, it's basically it's kind of like You're So Gay by Katy Perry, but he was going after hippies.
Yeah, so
it's
doing a Cartman, yeah.
Yeah, basically. And speaking of Cartman, number one is from South Park's Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics, the song, The Most Offensive Christmas Song Ever. All right, what did you think of this list? I want to get your opinion first.
Actually, I really liked it.
I also liked it.
I have to say I couldn't disagree with anything really on there.
No, well, I mean, the Katy Perry song, like, I personally don't think anybody should find it offensive, but I think they're just thrown by the title and they're not giving it a chance, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I found it smart, so...
And there were a couple of things, like, I wanted there to be a Frank Zappa song on there. There was Anti-Nowhere League, So What? That's, I mean, a hardcore punk classic. And they actually, in England, the police actually rounded up all the copies and burned them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why Metallica covered it.
Wow. Hmm.
So there you go. I mean, 10 out of 10 for me.
I have to say the same thing, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Great list. That was from flavorwire.com, written by Tom Hawking.
Okay.
Also sent in by Uber McPhailsauce. This one's from the website moviemaker.com, which I'm bringing it up right now. It is the 25 most influential directors of all time. This list is written by Jennifer M. Wood. So, okay, it starts with number one, so let me go down to the bottom here. Okay, so anybody you think, who would you say was the most influential?
Spielberg.
Spielberg?
I would say Spielberg, you know.
I expect Orson Welles to be on here. So.
Orson Welles, you know, George Lucas, you know.
Really? He's he's really more known as a writer and producer, though.
Well, honestly, I'm expecting to see them on there, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's see. Number 25 is Ernst Lubitsch.
Who?
And this was the silent era. He did Trouble in Paradise, The Shop Around the Corner, To Be or Not to Be, Heaven Can Wait. You know, very influential films in the silent era. He was German, and Germany did silent films better than most. So I can definitely understand why he's on the list.
Okay.
Number 24, also from that era, Luis Buñuel. Although he did a lot of movies later on, such as Diary of Chambermaid, Belle de Tour, The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeois, and That Obscure Object of Desire.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Number 23 is Woody Allen.
Oh, Woody Allen.
Of course, he would have to be on here. Of course, you know, movies such as Annie Hall and whatnot. I mean, Deconstructing Harry.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Number 22, John Huston. He was known for movies such as Fat City, The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, Wise Blood, Prizzi's Honor, Moulin Rouge, The Misfits, you know, Casino Royale. Yeah, he did a lot of... I think he's kind of hit or miss, personally, but there you have it.
I love Moulin Rouge, but that's...
Yeah, that was probably his best film. Number 21, Fritz Lang. Of course, he's mostly known for Metropolis.
Oh, yeah.
He did many other movies. As a matter of fact, he always considered Metropolis to be one of his worst.
Really?
Yeah. He thought that it was an amateur effort and that he got way better after that, but that all anybody ever wanted to talk about him was Metropolis.
Wow, that's weird.
Wow, they have a lot of the old guys on here, which I like. Number 20 is Buster Keaton. Doesn't get much older than that.
That's wow.
I mean, Buster Keaton, he is pretty much the silent film guy. Number 19 is Francois Truffaut.
Utawa?
They mentioned he did The 400 Blows, he did Jules and Jim, Day for Night, Fahrenheit 451, and The Last Metro.
Oh, Fahrenheit 451. I know that one. Okay.
Yeah, of course. That's probably his most well-known one. Number 18 is Howard Hawks, known for films such as Bringing Up Baby, His Girl Friday, The Big Sleep, Red River, Scarface, the original Scarface, that is, Sergeant York, and To Have and To Have Not.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Number 17, Francis Ford Coppola. Of course, he's done many, many movies, most well-known for the Godfather trilogy, of course. He also did Apocalypse Now, too.
Oh, that was
a huge one, Number 16 is Jean Renoir.
Whoa.
He did The Grand Illusion, which was his most famous movie.
I never even heard of it. Okay.
It was about a prison camp in World War I.
I'm going to have to see it now because I never saw it, apparently.
Yeah. He also did The Rules of the Game. Yeah. Number 15 is Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder. He did a lot of he did like Stalag 17 and Sunset Boulevard, and The Apartment.
Oh, The Apartment. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Sunset Boulevard, of course, was probably his most well-known movie, though. Number 14 is John Cassavetes. Okay, this guy I don't know. Let's see. John Cassavetes, let's see. Do they mention any of his movies here? He did Shadows in the 1960s. I don't really know much about it. Yeah, they don't really talk about him much.
Ooh,
if you say so. Number 13 is Ingmar Bergman. Now, Ingmar Bergman's interesting because he's the first guy on this list to actually still be alive.
Yeah, he's still kicking, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old as hell, though. Moving on, number 12 is Akira Kurosawa. Of course, he did The Magnificent Seven, so...
Of course.
There you go. Number 11 is Martin Scorsese.
Oh, of course.
He's still making great movies.
Hell yeah.
He's still making great movies. Of course, mostly known for movies like Goodfellas and Raging Bull. Number 10, Steven Spielberg. You knew he had to be on here.
Of course.
They mention, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Lots of movies that he's done. Number 9 is Federico Fellini. Of course, he did Italian films, but there you go. He was very influential. Number 8, Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, wow.
Going back to the silent era there, he was the guy making all the best comedies.
Yeah, he was... Yeah, wow.
Yeah, there you go. Number 7 is Sergei Eisenstein. Him I don't know. Let's see. Oh, wow, okay. Let's see. He did the Battleship Potemkin. He's coming out of Russia. That's why I didn't really know him that well. Okay. Number 6, Stanley Kubrick, who I think is a hit-or-miss director, but he is well-known for movies such as A Clockwork Orange, The Shining, Eyes Wide Shut, Lolita. I think about half of his movies are worth watching, though.
Oh, The Shining. Come on.
I didn't like The Shining.
You didn't like The Shining?
No, I thought it was terrible.
Jack Nicholson?
No, I like the remake version better.
Wow.
I didn't like The Shining. You know what? The problem is that I read the book first, and compared to the book, it's the movie was not scary at all.
Oh, well, see, now you spoiled yourself.
And it kind of missed the whole point, was that it was supposed to be about a guy who was driven crazy by ghosts, and Jack Nicholson, the guy was already nuts from the beginning.
True.
Yeah. Number 5 is John Ford. Of course, he did The Grapes of Wrath. He did Stagecoach. He did The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, The Quiet Man. So very influential director.
Very influential.
Number 4 is Jean-Luc Godard.
Sounds like Jean-Luc Picard.
Not to be confused with Jean-Luc Picard. He did The Breathless, which was a very influential movie, at least for independent films. You know who I'm not seeing on here?
Who?
Is Hitchcock. Maybe he's number one.
Hmm.
Number three, and his one I mentioned, Orson Welles, of course. He did Citizen Kane.
Of course.
You know, I mean, and then from there on, you know, there you go. I mean, once you've done the greatest movie of all time, you pretty much can just sit back and chill.
Yeah, you can just start resting your laurels right there.
Number two, oh wow, this is going back real. D.W. Griffith.
Who?
D.W. Griffith is the guy that is most commonly referred to as the person who invented the motion picture.
Oh, well.
Some people say it was Thomas Edison, but you know he only stole patents from people. He also directed The Birth of a Nation, which was that KKK movie that was like the first like major motion picture that came out of this country.
Ironically.
Yeah, go figure. And number one, here we go. Number one is Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, okay. Well.
Of course. I mean, Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, The Man Who Wasn't There, you know, just classic after classic after classic.
That man is yeah, he is the greatest.
I remember when I was growing up, there was that TV show, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
That was great. Love that show. Of course, he did Psycho. I mean, just so many classics that he did. What do you think of this list? I'm actually very pleased with this list because it wasn't filled with newer directors. It was a lot of older ones.
I'm very pleased with it too. You know,
at a 25,
I didn't know, but
what are you going to say at a 25?
I'm gonna say 22.
I'm going to say 23, actually.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Once again, we're kind of on the same page. Okay, here's a list from Cobra DVS, and this is written by him. And this is his top 10 video game compilations.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
And he says, keep in mind, these are only ones that he owns. There's several others that he doesn't have.
Okay.
Okay, so number 10 is Namco Museum, which is on GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. And, you know, while I'm doing this list, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring up Wikipedia here so that I could tell you what games are actually in these.
Yeah, please.
Because that would help. Because I think I might have Namco Museum, actually. All right, there's been a million Namco Museums, actually, but which one was on GameCube? Let's see, PlayStation, Dreamcast, PlayStation. Oh, here it is, okay. It has Pac-Man Arrangement, Galaga Arrangement, Dig Dug Arrangement, Pac Attack, Pac-Mania, and Pole Position 2.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. You're getting a lot of the classic Namco games there. Sonic Mega Collection for GameCube is his next choice. And I think that one is pretty much just the classic Sonic games. Yeah, it has Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Blue Sphere, Flicky, Ristar, The Ooze, and Comic Zone are also in there.
Honestly, I don't think that's really that great.
Well, if you want a Sonic collection, that's pretty much the one to get, right?
Well, if you want a Sonic collection, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if for what it is, it's... Yeah, there you go. Number 8 is Midway Arcade Treasures, which is on GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. I do have this one, but there's 3 of them, so let me bring up which one this is. This one has 720, Blaster, Bubbles, Defender, Defender 2, Gauntlet, Joust, Joust 2, Clax, Marble Madness, Paperboy, Rampage, Rampart, Road Blasters, Robotron, Root Beer Tapper, Satan's Hollow, Sinistar, Smash TV, Splat, Spy Hunter, Super Sprint, Tubin, and Vindicators. So if you want the classic Midway arcade games, that's a great start.
That's an awesome start, yeah.
Yeah.
Classics.
So there you go. Number 7 is Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the Super NES. Of course, that's just the 3 Ninja Gaiden games.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Now, I'm bringing this up, I'm wondering what's the difference between that and the GameCube one. Oh, I see. It's not a Sonic collection. It is... I mean, it has Sonic games on it, but it has a lot of other shit on it.
I think that's probably what I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So the Alex Kidd and Enchanted Castle, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Beyond Oasis, Bonanza Brothers, Columns, Comic Zone, Decap Attack, Dr. Robotnik's Bean Machine, Dynamite Heady, Echo the Dolphin, Echo the Tides of Time, ES SWAT City Under Siege, Fatal Labyrinth, Flicky, Gain Ground, Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3, Kid Chameleon, Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4, Ristar, Shining Force 1 and 2, and Shining in the Darkness, Shinobi 3, Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Sonic Spinball, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, Super Thunderblade, Vector Man, and Vector Man 2. And there's also a number of games you can unlock which are not Genesis games. Alien Syndrome, the arcade version of Altered Beast, Congo Bongo, Fantasy Zone, Golden Axe Warrior, the original Phantasy Star, Shinobi, Space Harrier, and Zaxxon. Honestly, that's easier than getting a Genesis.
I was just going to say that would be it for games for Genesis.
Like,
games.
Honestly, like, I mean, for first-party Genesis games, and those are mostly first and second party, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's amazing.
Triforce 1 and 2, come on. Fantasy Stars 2, 3, and 4, hell yes.
And 1 is on there, too, as an unlockable.
Fucking
so you get the entirety of the classic Phantasy Star series.
Can't go wrong with that.
With that. No, that's a great one. Number 5 is Mega Man The Wily Wars on the Genesis. I guess he's from Europe because that only came out in Europe. That's Mega Man 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, well, okay. That's
honestly, though, if you want to get a Mega Man collection, get the one that's on GameCube and PlayStation 2 and Xbox that has Mega Man 1 through 8.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4 is a Legend of Zelda promotional disc for GameCube. That's the one that has Zelda 1 and 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. It's pretty much the only Zelda collection out there, so...
There's not that many Zelda collections out there I'm aware of, so yeah.
That's the only one, really. Number 3 is Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World for Super NES, so you're getting Mario 1, 2, and 3, you're getting Lost Levels and Super Mario World. You can't go wrong there.
It's awesome. And it's great, and it's been enhanced, too, so yeah, that's...
Yes, that's true. Number 2 is Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii. Of course, you're getting all 3 Metroid Prime games and the original 2 enhanced with the motion control. So there you have it. I just want to say something about how good the motion control is in those games, too. IGN actually gave Metroid Prime 3 a slightly lower score because they said the controls were so good that it made the game too easy. Which I think is an asshole move, but there you have it. And finally, number 1 is Doom Collector's Edition on PC. Now, I have the Doom Trilogy, and I know there's a Doom 3 BFG edition coming out that's a collection, but I don't... What is Doom Collector's Edition? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what is in that?
I have no idea.
Hold on. It doesn't have its own page. Yeah, I don't know what's in that. I would assume... I'm going to Google it. I don't know what that is. Doom Collector's Edition. Oh, here it is on Amazon. Oh, it's the Doom Trilogy.
Oh, okay.
You get, I have it. It's just, that's a different name for it. You get Doom 2, Master Levels for Doom 2, and both Final Dooms.
Okay, well,
yeah.
All right, yeah.
It's a cool collection. I got it for $10, you know, back when GameStop was still selling PC games. So out of 10, I'm going to give this a 7.
I'm actually going a little higher and say an 8.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right. Okay. Remember that RS something guy, that guy from Japan?
Yes, I remember him.
Yes, he is the one that sent the top 500 video games, which is ridiculous.
We'll be here until next week.
I just cut off the top 100. He's using a different name, Chodate. I'm gonna just name him like 10 at a time or so. They're not even numbered, so I'm just going to name them in chunks.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. We have Taiko no Tatsujin DS Dororon Yokai Dakisen.
Sorry.
I know I said I was going to name them in chunks, but I got to find out what the hell is that.
Wow.
Oh, it's one of those rhythm games. It's a drum game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Space Battleship Yamato, Hikari Shinma Palfina no Kagam. Bloody Hell, Kamen Rider Black, Taiketsu Shadow Moon, Lipstick Number 3 All Hen, Taiko no Tatsujin Plus, Muka Shibi Banashi Shin Oni Motherfucker. Kallen no Ken, Yumatse, Taiko no Tatsujin Wii. Well, here's one I know. Zelda no Densitsu, the Hyrule Fantasy. That's the name. All right, I'm going to go on here. Utsuru Rundizu Kawosu Hawaii Iku. Zatsukukan Olympic Part 2. Sailor Fuku Bisoju Zukan Volume 3. Oh,
I guess it's a Sailor Moon game, maybe?
Wouldn't it just say Sailor Moon, though?
You'd think, but I don't know.
Look it up. I'm curious.
Let me see. Hold on.
So now I got it here. It's a porno game.
Oh, great.
It's one of those unlicensed Nintendo pornos.
Great.
That's scary.
That's really
I just saw
scary.
screenshots and it's really fucked up.
How bad are we talking here, Necro?
Like one of those early NX games.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna link you to the Google image results for this. Where are you? Where's Skype? There we are. I just so you can see the images that I'm looking at.
I must see this. I must know.
Yeah.
You're serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, he's serious. I'm not. Moving on. Risa no Yosoi Densitsu Risa Tachibana, whatever that is. Taiko no Tatsujin wi du no na nedaime. Radical Bomber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pulsar no Hikari Space Wars Simulation Jirai-kun.
Yeah.
Classic. Natsu no Murasame Joe. I know that one. That's Muramasa, I think. Bisoujo Shashinken Studio Cut. You know what? Honestly, oh, wow. Deep Dungeon, Soul Blader,
Okay.
Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden, Taiko no Tatsujin Wii Mini de Party Sandiame, Nobunaga no Yabo, that's Nobunaga's ambition.
Mission, yeah.
Shin Bokoro no Taiyo Gyakushu no Sebada.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome, yeah. Bokoro no Taiyo, Golden Sun.
Golden Sun. Okay.
Finally a game I recognize, and it's one that I don't like. Mother 2, we know that one is Earthbound, and we don't like it. Pokemon Green, Super Fire Pro Wrestling X Premium, Taiko no Tatsujin Atsumare Matsure da Yandiame.
Woot!
Is that another porno game? Oh man, no, that's another one of the. He likes those drum games.
Oh, rhythm games. Okay.
Yeah. Seiken Densitsu 2, we know that one is Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana. Yeah.
Mana no Yusha, RPG Sukuro Super Dante.
Oh, that's some RPG Maker 2 for Super Nintendo.
I figured it was. Jungle no Oje Tarchan Sekai Manu Dai Kakuto no Make.
Woo! Yes!
Yeah. I love the name of this one. Jojo no Kimyona Boken.
Wow.
Is that? I wonder. Is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Maybe it is. You know what? Hold on.
Looking into that now. Yeah, it is. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
GQ Power Pro Wrestling 96 Max Voltage.
Uh-huh.
Max Power. Onita Atsushi FMW, whatever that is. Taiku no Tatsujin Portable. That's a drum game again. That keeps popping up. Mortal Kombat 2 QQQ Shinken. I actually know what that means. Mortal Kombat 2 Ultimate Godly Fist.
Oh, okay, great.
Maten Densitsu Seritsu no Uparts. It literally says Uparts at the end.
Uparts.
Like OOPARTS. I gotta find out if that's something that we're familiar with. I gotta look. I'm looking this up now. Uparts. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay, it actually looks somewhat similar to, like, Shin Megami Tensei.
Really?
I don't know what it is, though.
Huh.
Yeah. It would be Legend of Maten the Shuttered Uparts. It's an RPG by a game company called Thinking Rabbit.
Huh. All right.
It's probably like a Megami Tensei ripoff or something.
Oh, okay.
Majin Tensei 2 Spiral Nemesis. Mario no Super Picross. Well, yeah, that's Mario Picross. Mahujin Guru Guru 2. Oh, here's one that I know. Persona.
Oh, Persona, yes.
You know, it's just so irritating. He doesn't put numbers. He doesn't put systems. It's just... irritating, you know?
It's all over the place, yeah.
Mahukishi Ray Earth, which I think is Magical Knight Ray Earth.
Magical Knight, yeah, Ray Earth. Yeah.
Taiko, another drum game. I'm not going to bother trying to say it. Monarch, that's that Dragon Slayer game. Mado Monogatari Hanamaro Daio Change.
Yes! Awesome fucking game.
It's an RPG of some sort.
Oh, see, there we go. I had no idea.
You play as a little girl and you fight flowers.
You fight flowers.
That's just what I'm seeing on here. Popolocroix Monogatari. What the hell is that?
You want to try saying it one more time?
Popolocroix Monogatari.
Song title.
It is an RPG.
Really? It is? What is it?
It actually looks kind of like, almost like a Tactics Ogre kind of thing.
Oh, all right. It's like a strategy type RPG.
Yeah, yeah. Harukanaro Toki no Naka de 2.
2?
Yeah. Jikyu Oshabari Parodius. At least we know what that is.
Yeah.
Parodius. Ilvanyan no Shiro, whatever that is. Legend of Zelda 2, The Link no Boken. We know that is Zelda 2 Adventure.
Zelda 2.
Maki, whatever that is. Harukanaru Toki no Naki de 3. So we did 2 and there's 3.
Okay.
Here's a recent one. Ys versus Sora no Kiseki Mugen Saga. That's that fighting game on the PSP that's a crossover between Legend of Heroes and Ys.
In Ys, yeah.
Yeah. Deep Dungeon 4 Kuro no Yojutsushi. Literally says Yojutsushi.
Okay.
Haru Kano no Toki no Nakade. I guess that's the first one. Sorcerian. That's Dragon Slayer 5, I believe. Dragon Quest 9 Hojizora no Mamare. You know what? Sentinels of the Starry Skies.
Yeah, there you go.
Final Fantasy 11.
11?
Yeah, well, you know, he likes his MMOs, I guess. Deep Dungeon 3 Yushi no Tabi. Dragon Slayer 2 Xanadu. We know that one is Xanadu. Ys 1 Ancient Ys Vanished.
Okay.
Dragon Quest 7 Eden no... Warriors of Eden. I'm not going to try saying it in Japanese. Final Fantasy 2. Okay. Ys 4 Mask of the Sun. Sorcerian. Didn't he already have... Yeah, there's 2 Sorcerians on here. Alright, whatever. The original Dragon Quest. Final Fantasy 7. Perfect Collection Sorcerian. Shonen Yangus. Oh, Shonen Yangus is it's in the Mystery Dungeon series, but it's a prequel to Dragon Quest VIII.
Okay. You
know Yangus, the big guy? You play as him as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, you play as him as a kid. Okay.
Yeah, we never got that one. Dragon Quest Monsters Terry's Wonderland 3D. That just came out for 3DS. It's a remake of the original Dragon Quest Monsters.
Oh, okay.
Ys 3 Wanderers from Ys.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy. Okay. Megami Tensei.
Okay.
Chrono Trigger. He spelled it wrong, but it is Chrono Trigger.
Woot.
Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Final Fantasy 9.
Okay.
Megami Tensei Gaiden Last Bible. Eiyu Densitsu 3 Shiroki Majo. You know what? Since we're near the end here, let me figure out what the hell that is. I think I know what it is, but oh no, I was wrong. I don't know what it is. It's some Sega Saturn anime RPG thing.
Really?
It looks really familiar, though. It looks like Legend of Heroes.
Can I have an image thing of it, or?
Let me see if I can bring it up on like Wikipedia or something, because it looks like Legend of Heroes to me. Yes, it is. It's Legend of Heroes 2: Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch.
Oh, okay.
So you're well familiar with it, yeah.
Yep.
But it was 3 originally, but on the PSP it's 2, because, you know, they had to confuse it all up.
Of course.
Gilgamesh Sorcerian, which is, of course, another Sorcerian game. Sorcerian New Scenario Volume 1, The Visitor from Outer Space. Yushi no Monsho Deep Dungeon. Final Fantasy 3. Fazanadu. I think we're in the top 10 here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're almost there. Eru Densitsu 4 Akai Shizuku, so that's Legend of Heroes 4. Dragon Quest 2 pantheon of evil gods. Here's his top 10. Final Fantasy IV.
Okay.
Shin Megami Tensei 2.
Okay.
Persona 2 Batsu no Tsume, and he puts in parentheses, that's both games. That's Innocent Sin and the other one.
And the other one, yeah.
Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei. Final Fantasy V. Dragon 4 Michi Bakarishi Monotachi.
Right.
Dragon 4. It seems like there's a word missing there, don't you think?
It sounds like it should be Dragon something 4, shouldn't it?
Yeah, isn't it going to be like Dragon Slayer 4 or Dragon Quest 4? Or...
Dragon Warrior 4? What is it?
I'm looking it up now to see if I can figure it. It's Dragon Quest 4.
Oh, okay.
Chapters of the Chosen. East 5, Unishi, blah, 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 Kef in the City of Gold. Final Fantasy 6. Dragon Slayer 4, Drazzle Family. We know that one as Legacy of the Wizard. And his number one favorite game is Dragon Quest Soshita Densitsu E, which is Dragon Quest 3.
Okay.
How do you judge a list like this? Well, we have in the past. Out of 100, I'm gonna say thank you to TV Tropes and give it an 88.
I'm gonna have to say the same thing.
88.
88.
He said 2 more lists. Thankfully, they're little ones, and they're numbered.
Oh, yes.
His top 15 consoles of all time.
Okay.
Number 15 is the Game Boy Advance.
Awesome.
Number 14 is the Sega SG-1000 Mark II, which we didn't get.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay.
It was, well, let me put it this way. The SG-1000 Mark III was the Master System. So this was like just before the Master System.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Number 13 was the Bandai Playdia, which I've never even heard of.
I never heard of that either.
No. Number 12 is the Game Boy.
Okay.
Number 11 is the Nintendo 64.
Classics, yep.
Number 10 is the Famicom Disk System.
Which they only got in Japan.
Yes, of course. Well, this guy's from Japan. Number 9 is the PlayStation 2.
Oh, of course.
Number 8, I bet you the Xbox 360 is not on this list.
Which would have bet?
Number 9 is, I already said number 9, PlayStation 2. Number 8 is Neo Geo.
Really? Neo Geo's on there?
I guess he had enough money to buy one. Number 7 is the Sega Mega CD, which is the Sega CD, which honestly was a piece of shit.
That was a piece of shit, yeah.
Number 6 was the FM Towns Marty. I didn't know they got that in Japan.
Really? They got that in Japan?
I thought that was Europe only.
That's what I thought, too.
Or maybe he imported it. Who knows?
Oh, he imported it, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Number 5 is the Dreamcast.
Oh, Dreamcast, okay, yeah.
Number 4 is the PC Engine, which would be the
PCFX engine, yeah.
We know that as the TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah.
Number 3 is the PCFX, which is the Turbo Duo.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the Famicom. Of course, we know that as the NES.
Yeah.
And number 1 is the Super Famicom, which we know as the Super NES. Give him points for putting Super NES at number 1.
Hell fucking yeah.
Bandai Playdia SG-1000 Mark II? Really?
Neo Geo? I'm sorry, Neo Geo?
The Neo Geo is pretty cool if you had the games, but...
Yeah, but so fucking expensive. It's like...
Yeah. Well, out of 15, I'm going to give this a 10.
I'm going to... I'll say the same thing, a 10,
10? Okay. And finally, from him, is his top 10 third-party developers. Number 10 is Namco, or as they're known in Japan, Namcot. Number 9 is Chunsoft. That sounds familiar.
Is that Sunsoft?
No. Chunsoft is something else. I have a feeling that I know some of their games, but it's like kind of escaping me right now, so I'm going to look it up real quick here, because I have a feeling I should know what games.
I'm really curious, yeah.
Chunsoft has been around for a long time. Okay, yeah, they did the Mysterious Dungeon series. They actually were the original developers of Dragon Quest.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because Enix was publishing for them. So that's where I know them from.
Okay.
They were the original developer of Dragon Quest. They created Dragon Quest. Number 8 is Dog.
Who?
Just Dog.
Who's Dog?
I've never heard of. I mean, I could look it up, but I'm gonna get dogs on Wikipedia. You know. I don't know. I mean, like, dog page is like a million different things: animals, people, engineering, music, characters, titles, places, acronyms, games. No, I don't know. It's not on here.
Might it be Naughty Dog?
He put it all in capital, though, like D-O-G, you know. I don't think it's Naughty Dog, because that's a Western developer. I'm just going to give up and move on, okay?
Yeah, go
Number
ahead.
7 is Capcom. You know, yeah, back in the day, you couldn't go wrong with Capcom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Number 6 is Arte Piazza. Do you know them, Tanya? You probably do. But
I do.
Yeah. They actually took over Dragon Quest after Chunsoft.
Thank you. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
There you go. Hudson is number 5.
Oh, Hudson, yeah.
Didn't they recently went out of business, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
That kind of sucks. Number 4 is Konami. Can't go wrong with Konami, really.
Konami, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 is Atlas.
Ah, Atlas.
Why aren't they number 1?
They need to be number 1.
Yeah. Well, number 2 is Squaresoft.
Well, when they were Squaresoft, yeah.
And number 1, and this is not a shock, is Enix.
Oh, Enix. Fuck, you know. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could tell he's a Dragon Quest fan because he has Enix, Chunsoft, and Arte Piazza in there, you know, so...
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Oh, actually, let's rate that. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't know who the hell Dog is.
I was just gonna say the same thing, a 9, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who Dog is either. That's a new one on me.
Okay, from Baxter Films, he sent me a list from Cracked.com. Love Cracked.com, one of my favorite websites, for artists who make it really hard not to hate them.
I'm going to like this already.
Okay, so number 4 is Kevin Smith, of course, director of many terrible movies.
I was just going to say horrible movie.
He also did some good ones, but mostly bad ones. And according to this, you know, the reason that you would hate him is that he's a giant crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his movies get bad reviews, and then he whines about it. Yeah. Number 3 is Daniel Day-Lewis. He's an actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in, like There Will Be Blood and a few movies like that?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out why people hate him. Let's see.
Why people hate him?
Apparently, his whole persona is all fake, and that he's like a giant wuss, according to what they're saying.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay. All right.
They call him the ghost of a gay Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty funny. I don't know why you'd hate him for that, though. Number 2 is Ben Affleck, but not referring to him as an actor, but as a director.
As a director, okay.
Yes. Well, I mean, Daredevil, Jersey Girl, Giggly, Surviving Christmas. Need I say more?
Oh, Giggly.
Yeah. Number 1 is Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino? Really?
Well, I love his movies, but I have heard that he is a raging douche.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
I mean, I love his movies. I do.
Everybody loves his movies. I mean, and my favorite of all time is Pulp Fiction. I mean, such a great movie.
Kill Bill for me. I love
Kill Bill is a very close second. Very close. But, yeah, they're just basically saying that, yeah, he's a douche.
Wow. Okay.
So there you go. So, yeah, what do you think? Out of 4. I'm going to give it a 4. What do you...
I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, there's nothing on there that I can really... I mean, I don't know why you'd hate Daniel Day-Lewis for being, you know, kind of effeminate, but I'm just going to take their word for it. So I'm going to give him a 4.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with it.
Okay, another list sent in by Baxter Films, and this is from the website baconwrappedmedia.com, which is probably the greatest domain name ever.
That was great.
Is the 11 funny facts I learned from the movies.
Oh, all right, cool.
So this should be interesting. 11 funny facts I learned from the movies. It doesn't say who wrote it, unfortunately, unless it says it at the very bottom. It doesn't. Let's see. In the movies, if a woman is alone and hears a noise, she will go to check it out in her most revealing underwear.
Truth.
Yeah. In the movies, the ventilation system of a building is the perfect hiding space. No one will ever think of looking for you in there, and you can travel to any other part of the building undetected. Which is true, because in reality, they'd be like, what is that banging noise?
Oh, right.
In the movies, the chief of police will almost always suspend his star detective or give him 48 hours to finish the job. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
In the movies, a man will show no pain while taking the most ferocious beating, but he will wince when a woman tries to clean his wounds.
Yeah.
That is true. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that too, yeah.
It's like, it didn't hurt when you got shot, but when you put the alcohol on, it's like, ah!
Ah, it hurt me.
Yeah. In the movies, the Eiffel Tower can be seen from any window in Paris.
That's so true.
You know, I wonder, though, if that might actually be true, because the Eiffel Tower is fucking tall.
It is really fucking tall, but then again, maybe they kind of exaggerate it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well, they want to show a landmark so you know it's Paris, you know.
Yeah.
In the movies, all police investigations will find it necessary to visit a strip club at least once. And thank them for it.
Hell yes.
Yes. If you're being chased through town in the movies, you can usually take cover in a passing St. Patrick's Day parade at any time of year. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a St. Patrick's Day parade. It could be any,
parade,
but there's always
yeah.
a parade, yeah. In the movies, you are very likely to survive any battle and any war unless you make the mistake of showing someone a picture of your sweetheart back home.
You know, that's actually so fucking true.
Very true.
Yeah.
And this is a true one, too. I like this one. In the movies, all grocery bags contain at least one stick of French bread.
Wow. Yes. So true.
Yeah. In the movies, all bombs are fitted with electronic timing devices with large readouts so you know exactly when they're going to go off.
True again.
You figure if you were making a bomb, why would you do that, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah. In the movies, police departments give their officers personality tests to make sure they are deliberately assigned to a partner who is their polar opposite.
Absolutely true.
I love the example that they use for the picture is Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
With Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Okay, so, like, you know, I mean, this isn't really a top 10, a top 11. I mean, they're all very funny. I'm going to give it a perfect score, 11 out of 11, because it made me laugh.
It made me laugh, 11 out of 11, same thing. Yeah.
And this is another list from Baxter Films, and this is one of his own writing. It is his top 25 favorite South Park episodes.
Ah, I love South Park.
And he also gives a reason behind each one, of course.
Sweet.
Number 25 is The Jeffersons. All the children of South Park are attracted to Mr. Jefferson, and his home gets filled with games, toys, and animals. Cartman goes out of his way to get Mr. Jefferson to love him the best. Meanwhile, the local police resent Mr. Jefferson for being black and wealthy and decide to bring him down. Actually, I don't think that he wrote those. I think those are just synopses taken off of, like, Comedy Central's website or something. So...
It's an awesome episode, though. That was
I'm going to skip those where necessary. Number 24 is The Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers. That was a funny one.
Oh, I love that one.
The porno movie. Oh, man.
Get that porno!
Is that what making love is? Number 23 is Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh, the original Mr. Hanky episode. You know, it's funny. You went back, and if you go back and you watch, like, the first 3 or 4 seasons of South Park, they haven't really aged that well.
Actually, you know, I actually did do that recently, and I got to tell you, you're absolutely right. Like, the animation style, it just, wow.
The animation you knew was bad, but I'm talking about, like, just the writing, the humor. Like, the first 2 seasons especially, they focused a lot on, like, just violence, and it wasn't as smart, you know. And the 3rd season was just kind of weird and off-kilter, and then it sort of came back halfway through.
And it's really when they hit the 4th season onward, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the middle of the 3rd season onward. But Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh was like the standout episode of the first season.
Yeah, it was.
It's the only one that really still holds up. Number 22 is a more recent one, Human Sentai Pad.
Oh,
I must have watched that half a dozen times and cracked up every single time. You mean it does email and web browsing and it shits in Kyle's mouth? Number 21, another favorite of mine, The Tale of Scrody McBoogerballs.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh,
that one was great.
remember Butter's follow-up book, The Poop That Took a Pee?
The Poop That Took a Pee. and
then
they had Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan.
Number 20 is Cripple Fight.
Oh, that was with
Cripple Fight. That was the first one with Jimmy.
With Jimmy, yeah.
Fight. Number 19 is Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. That was a sick one.
that was Carmen as the dog.
And the dog, and the big dog, the highway monitor. You know what? I mean, I saw the preview, and they were saying like one of the kids is gonna like fuck a teacher, and I'm thinking like, it would be, it would be funny if it was like Kyle or something, And then it's like Ike. It's like the last person you'd expect, That was sick. Number 18 is Cartman Joins Nambla. I mean, the title itself pretty much describes why it's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, just the title itself is already very funny, so there you go. Number 17, going way, way back, I think it's season 2, Chicken Lover.
Oh, Chicken Lover.
Honestly, that one hasn't held up as well. I mean, the guy fucks chicken. It's not that funny.
No, I watched it recently. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, South Park has gotten better as it gone along. Number 16 is Clubhouses. That's another. I think that was season 4 or so.
Was that season 4? I'm
trying to remember. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up. I think that was when the show was starting to get a little better. So let's see, South Park Club. That was the one where they were trying to play. Oh no, it was season 2. They were trying to play like Truth or Dare.
Oh, okay. All right.
Number 15 is The Death Camp of Tolerance. That was the first one with Mr. Slave.
Oh, I remember that one.
that cracks me up. And of course, Lemmy Winks.
Lemmy Winks.
Yeah. Number 14, Chicken Pox. That's an older one, right?
It's an older one, and yeah, they purposely gave the kids chicken pox, and then they got back to parents by giving them what was it?
Herpes.
Herpes? Was it herpes? Yeah, it was herpes.
Well, chicken pox is a form of herpes, so it's kind of funny that they did that. I thought it was really funny when they got the hooker to use other parents like
smear her stuff all over everything.
Yeah. Number 13, a more recent one is Cream Friche. That was the one where Randy became obsessed with cooking
and Cartman dressed up as Chef Ramsay.
That was hilarious because like Cartman doing the impression of him, and they were like, hey Stan, check it out. Cartman's just Gordon Ramsay. He's actually pretty good. And he's like, oh, yes, fresh, yes. What's wrong with you? Oh. And then Stan's like, oh, come on, nobody's gonna fall for that. And of course, everybody does. Number 12 is medicinal fried chicken.
Oh, I'd like to. That was great.
You know what cracks me up is the whole the whole Scarface thing that was going on in that episode.
Oh, don't fuck me, Eric. Don't ever fuck me.
Cartman is Tony Montana. Number 11 is... That was the name of the episode.
Oh, that was with
the Dog Whisperer.
The Dog Whisperer, yeah, and Eric had a personality change.
That's a big favorite of mine. That one, I must have watched that one a million times. Number 10, and here's a true classic, Casa Bonita.
Casa Bonita, I love that episode.
Oh, there's a blogger that I read. He does a website called 11 Points, and he went to Casa Bonita on a trip to Denver, and he posted his top 11. You know what? Actually, I'll bring that up after this one.
Okay, yeah.
Because it is a top 11 list. So I'll let you. But he talked about his trip there. Number 9 is a Cartman Land.
Cartman Land.
He gets his $1 million and he buys the amusement park.
Well, Kyle's dying from
Hemorrhoids, right?
Hemorrhoids, yeah.
Number 8 is Make Love, Not Warcraft. Of course, that was the Warcraft episode.
One of my favorites.
Very funny. Number 7 is Erection Day, which that was the one with Jimmy getting an erection, and he was trying to find a hooker so he could bang her because he thought the erection would go away for good.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Okay.
That was a good one.
He is in a talent show for that or something like that.
Yeah, but I really want to stick my penis in your vagina.
That's a good impression. That's great.
Number 6 is, this is a good one. This is one of my favorites. Butter's Bottom Bitch.
That one was tremendous.
Butters, completely unknowingly, of course, becomes a pimp. I mean, that was classic. Another great one, number 5, is Le Petit Tourette, where Cartman pretended to have Tourette syndrome.
I touched wieners!
Wiener Schnitzel. Number 4 is Proper Condom Use. That's a season 3 piece of crap. I didn't like that one.
I didn't like that one at all. So.
That was stupid. Actually, no, wait, that was season 4 because Miss Chokes on Dick was in it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I didn't care for that one. Number 3 is, this is probably the greatest episode ever made, other than some of the recent ones that are not on here. Scott Tenorman Must Die.
Fucking the end. Who could be better than the end part? The end scene there. Come on.
Honestly, it pretty much changed the character of Cartman forever.
It did. It seriously did.
And classic episode. Number 2 is Crippled Summer. I pretty much hated this one.
Oh wait, that was
the one. They had towel. First of all, I pretty much almost hate almost every episode.
A Towley episode, yeah.
Towley is terrible.
Yeah.
And then there was the Jimmy and these 2 lackeys named Mimsy. It was like they were trying to do a lot of spoofs of like the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but
I didn't like that episode.
That was it. And it was one of the very few newer ones that I really didn't like at all.
Yeah, same here.
And number 1 is Crazy Cripples. That's the one where
they were the Crips.
The Crips, yeah.
Yeah, that was okay.
Come on, you guys. I'm gonna get you some marshmallows and some 7-Up.
It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good.
It's not number 1 material, but I mean, I like Jimmy, so
yeah, I like Jimmy.
He cracks me up, except for the one Crippled Summer. That was awful.
Yeah,
come on, you guys. We gotta do this.
Oh my God.
The order of this is really messed up. The Scott Tenorman Must Die should be number 1.
Number 1, yeah.
You know, it's a pretty good. I mean, I'm very surprised not to see the Imagination Land saga on here.
That was great, you know.
Or the 200 saga, which was fantastic. So fantastic that they had to censor the hell out of it. And the Coon saga too.
I was just gonna say I love the Coon trilogy thing they had recently, you know. Especially
because I mean they actually gave a plausible explanation to how Kenny can die so many times.
Exactly. I think I would have put that in there easy.
Yeah. But it's a pretty good list though. Out of 25, I'm gonna give it a 19.
I'm going to say an 18.
18. I almost said 18, but I decided to give it a 19. Okay, you know what? I want to bring up this Casa Bonita thing here. We're going to go a little off schedule here.
Okay.
On 11points.com because I thought it was very amusing because as a big South Park fan and a fan of this guy's blog, I thought it was interesting. He actually went to Casa Bonita, and these are his 11 random observations about Casa Bonita. So number 1 is that despite looking almost exactly like it did in the episode, as a matter of fact, if you remember the episode, you probably can bring up a visual in your head, and I'm going to show you a picture. This is the actual Casa Bonita.
Okay.
It looks exactly like...
Wow.
Yeah. But what you might notice is that it's not a freestanding building. It is in a strip mall.
Really?
Yeah. It is in a strip mall, and from the guy says, it's also in a really bad neighborhood.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
exactly. He says, when you see a strip mall and one of the stores there is a Hollywood Video that still hasn't been replaced, you know the neighborhood's not doing so good.
Wow, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. Damn.
The second observation is they most definitely embrace the South Park episode because they have pictures of Cartman dancing. Yeah. His third observation is they do have video games there, but they're all incredibly old school. They like, I'm just looking at a picture of the arcade, and the newest game they have is Tekken 2.
Tekken 2?
Yeah, that's the newest one they have. I mean, I see Pac-Man, I see Galaga, I see some Neo Geo cabinet, I see Operation Wolf, I mean, they have some old school games.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He also mentions, that's later on. Oh, what comes that? The fourth observation is the ordering process at Casa Bonita is really weird. See, this is how it works. First, you get in line, and then you order your meal from a cashier, but you don't pay her. Then you walk through another line, and you get like a tray that comes out of a conveyor belt, like you're at a prison or something.
Really?
Yeah, and you get that, and you get your silverware, and then you carry your tray to your table, and then a waiter comes, and then you pay at the end. So it kind of, like the way he says it, it combines elements of a cafeteria, a sit-down restaurant, and a prison.
That's really odd.
His fifth observation is that the food is terrible.
Really? Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, he's got a picture of like one of their taco platters, and I'm going to send this to you. It's going to gross you out. It doesn't look like something that you would eat willingly.
All right, let me take a look at that. Ah!
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, that's...
As a matter of fact, he says it's not even Taco Bell level.
That's so gross.
Bad, yeah. I mean, it's just... It looks like
seriously, like, gross. Like, ugh.
He says that the sopapillas, though, that Cartman was so excited about, actually are very good.
Okay.
You get unlimited sopapillas. The seventh observation is that when you get tokens for the arcade, they give it to you in a little plastic bag, and he says the packaging is quite evocative because it looks like something that you're going to swallow as a drug mule.
Oh my God.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to send you the picture, and it basically looks like a little baggie of heroin that some Mexican guy is going to force you to swallow at gunpoint.
Oh, holy shit, it really does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you get your tokens in.
That doesn't look suspicious.
Yeah.
Nah.
His eighth observation is that they do have cliff drivers and jugglers and things like that, and they're actually really entertaining, but they're actually mostly young kids. Yeah. He says all the cliff divers and this fire jugglers and everything, they all look like they're about 16 to 17 years old.
That's... okay.
It's an interesting job to have when you're 17, right?
I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah. His ninth observation was just of a sign tacked to the wall that said 25% off Casa Bonita logo t-shirts. And he says, what other font would they use? Of course, it's Comic Sans.
Oh, of course.
Because Casa Bonita and Comic Sans just belong together. His 10th observation is that they do have that Black Bart's cave, like in the episode. He says it's really small. It's very, like if you're an adult going through there, it's very cramped.
Ooh, that doesn't sound very good.
Yeah. And number 11 is his final verdict on Casa Bonita. He says if you have kids, it would be a fun place to bring them, but there's really no other reason to go there.
Wow.
Yeah. The food is terrible, and it's just very kitschy, and, it's the kind of place that Cartman would love, of course.
Of course.
All right. We don't have to rank that. I mean, out of 11, it's 11. I mean,
yeah,
guys'
exactly.
observations. Oh, and I just wanted to bring that up. Okay, let's get back on schedule here. Okay, now, okay, this is from The Last Samurai 14, who sent me, well, he ranked the Final Fantasy games from worst to best, not counting the MMO ones or the spin-offs or anything. So basically Final Fantasy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 and 13 ranked from his least favorite to his most favorite.
Okay.
So number 12, and therefore the worst one, is of course Final Fantasy VIII.
Thank you.
No surprise there. Number 11, his second worst, is Final Fantasy II.
Well, I can see why.
I can see that, yeah. Number 10 is Final Fantasy X. Now that I'm shocked by.
Okay, I'm actually shocked by that one. Wow.
10 was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9 is Final Fantasy III, which I guess if you've only played the DS one, I could see kind of like not thinking it's so
The game wasn't that great, so yeah.
Number 8 is Final Fantasy XII. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that sort of in the middle because it's usually a love it or hate it one.
Yeah, well, me personally, I can't stand it, but that's me.
Yeah. Number 7 is Final Fantasy VII, and I honestly can see that being in the middle like that.
Yeah, you think it's overrated or you think it's the greatest thing since sliced cheese, so yeah.
Number 6 is the original Final Fantasy.
Okay, so classic, yeah.
At exactly the halfway mark. So then we're getting into the really good ones. Number 5 is Final Fantasy IV. Can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong.
Number 4 is Final Fantasy XIII. That's obviously another love it or hate it one. Obviously, he leans towards liking it.
I like it. Not love it, but I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Number 3 is Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
Interesting that that's not number 1.
So, yeah.
Well, you know, mathematically, you know what the other two are. Number 2 is Final Fantasy V. And
Really?
1, his favorite is 9. Final Fantasy 9.
Well, 9 I can agree with to a point.
5 is like, he really has that high up.
Honestly, 5 better than 6? I don't see it. In terms of storyline, I mean, really?
I mean, you know, maybe he's just going by gameplay alone.
Yeah, but...
Because the job system is like a hell of a lot of fun.
Oh, the job system is fun, but then again...
As you said, there's more to it than... There's more to it than just the gameplay, you know. There's the story, there's the music, there's everything.
I mean, 6 blew away 5, I thought, by leaps and bounds. I mean,
yeah,
graphics,
exactly.
soundtrack, story, it's...
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got its ups and downs here. Out of 12, I'm going to give this, let's say a 7.
You know, I think I'm going to agree with that, actually. It's a good number. Yeah, I'll say 7.
7, okay. Mr. Lover of Ganja sent some lists. Let's see. Okay, top 10 classic John Lord keyboard performances. John Lord, of course, the keyboardist of Deep Purple. He died recently. Deep Purple, very well known for their keyboard parts, though.
Okay.
So, these aren't in any particular order. So they're just listing great keyboard performances. So basically they're listing 10 great Deep Purple songs that have cool keyboard parts.
Okay.
So we have Child in Time, which was a great song. Burn.
Okay.
Burn's a good one. Perfect Strangers. That's a cool one.
Okay.
Their live medley. I guess he had a solo or something there. Under the Gun. Now, see, I don't know. Under the Gun's on the Perfect Strangers album, but honestly, other than the title track, there wasn't much there. Hush. Of course, everybody knows the song Hush.
Oh, of course.
That was on their first album. Highway Star. Was there a lot of keyboard in Highway Star?
I'm actually trying to think, and I can't really...
That was really more of a guitar-driven song.
Guitar, yeah.
Another one from Perfect Strangers, Knocking on Your Back Door. That's a weird choice. He was also in Whitesnake, so they mentioned Here I Go Again. It's a great song, but I don't really know it for the
I don't know about the keyboard.
It's got the in the beginning that kind of organish, you know. But
yeah.
Once the guitar kicks in, you kind of forget about that. And from his solo stuff, Live Encounters. I guess he did a solo tour. You know, this is not what I would have picked.
No, I wouldn't have picked.
You know,
no.
What about the Mule?
Oh, see, that's what I was thinking. See, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, that's just like you know, they play that one live. It'd be like 20 minutes long because of all the solos in it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, and Hush, I mean, had the good organ part, but it wasn't really amazing. You know, some of these, like, were more guitar-driven songs, like Highway Star is way guitar-driven.
Way more guitar, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, in respect to John Lord, I'm gonna say this is a crappy list. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 5.
I'm going to have to say a 4, actually.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Here's a list from I Fuck Like an Animal.
Every time I hear that screen name.
Yeah. The list is from listverse.com. Top 10 religions you never knew existed.
Lay it on me.
Let's see if we knew these existed. Okay, so number 10 is Cheondoism.
Right.
I've never heard of it. Yeah, apparently it is a Korean religion that has its origins in a peasant rebellion in 1812. And they believe that God exists in each of us and that we should all strive to make Earth a paradise. And they believe that they will eventually transform into intelligent, moral beings with a high social consciousness. Okay, whatever. I've never heard of it, so...
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
there you go. Number 9 is Mazdakism.
It sounds like NASDAQism?
No, Mazdakism.
I think it's a NASDAQ. I'm like, what?
It's an M. Apparently, it's a socialist Iranian thing. This guy claimed to be a prophet and just like started making everybody be commies, and it started a religion in Iran.
Okay.
I can understand why it's obscure, because if you're in Iran and you're anything but a Muslim, they try to kill you.
I was just going to say, it's pretty damn obscure in there. All right, yeah.
Number 8 is the builders of the Aditum, or Bota. This was started in California by a woman named, or not a woman, Dr. Paul Foster Case. They got a picture of a woman for some reason. The religion teaches its adherents by correspondence, but also has bases around the world where people meet and perform religious ceremonies. Most of the beliefs and teachings are based on esoteric psychology, occult tarot, hermetic, Kabbalah, astrology, and mediation techniques. So basically, it's a mishmash of a bunch of different things.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah. Number 7 is Asatru.
Oh, I know Asatru.
I thought you might know that one because that's sort of a Norse one.
Yeah, I know Asatru. Asatru is
the nine noble virtues.
It's actually pretty renowned, actually.
What was that?
I said it's actually pretty renowned over in that area.
Well, I mean, if you're in the Nordic region, yeah. I guess here in America, it's obscure, you know. Apparently, they're saying it's a lot like the Norse religion, except they don't do animal sacrifice, and some of their holidays are different. So there you go.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Number 6 is Ekankar. This is a fairly new one. It was started in the 60s by a guy named John Paul Twitchell. It's a monotheistic faith. They worship the divine spirit known as Ek. I'm sorry.
Sounds like something bad.
I don't mean to laugh, but that is funny. They do some yoga. They, spiritual stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a hippie thing. Number 5 is Jainism. That's not that obscure.
That's not obscure at all, actually.
Yeah, that's like one of the, I mean, after, that's actually, isn't that like the 4th most popular religion in India?
Yes. Because
it's like the number 1 would be Hindu, and then Muslim, and then Christianity, and then Jainism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
obscure.
All right. So that's one that, so far, I've heard of one, and you've heard of one.
Mm-hmm.
But the list is pretty much kicking our ass at this point. Number 4 is Aladura.
No idea.
Aladura, it's an African religion that has elements of Christianity. They do prophet healing. They emphasize divine healing and a strict moral code. Okay. There you go. Number 3 is Cao Dai. It's a Vietnamese religion. It's a mishmash of Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, and Catholicism. That's a hell of a mix right there, huh?
Wow, okay. Yeah.
Are those really that compatible?
I don't know.
Number 2 is the Unification Church. Apparently there's another Korean religion. It's an offshoot of Christianity, believe it or not.
Wow.
Okay. They believe that the founder of the church, Sun Myung Moon, is literally Jesus. Well, damn. There you go. And number 1 is Falun Gong. Falun Gong.
I had no idea.
You might have guessed from the name. It is Chinese. It's very recent. It was started in 1992 by a guy named Li Hongji. It combines elements of Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism with traditional Chinese folklore.
Okay.
So I gotta say, out of these 10, I've only heard of one. You've only heard of one. They were different ones, though. Well, actually, no, we both heard of Jainism.
Yeah, that's true. So,
So we both heard of like two. So pretty good list, though. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.
I'm gonna say the same thing. A 9. Yeah.
I don't think Jainism belongs on there.
No, definitely not.
Uber McPhailsauce sent another list from top10s.net. Let's bring that up, huh? This is interesting. Top 10 movies you didn't know were comic books first.
I bet you I probably know a few of these, but okay.
I bet you I know every single one of them because I probably reviewed them all on Comic-Con. Okay, let's see. Number 10 is The Crow. That was in Comic-Con, so there you go. You knew The Crow was a comic, right?
I knew The Crow was a comic. Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty popular one. Huh? Number 9, and a lot of people don't know this one, is Road to Perdition.
Let's say I didn't know that one.
Well, you know it. You knew it now because you saw Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah, but, you know.
But you didn't know it till then. Number 8, another one that I had reviewed in Comic-Con was Wanted.
Oh, Wanted. Okay, yeah.
The movie really had nothing to do with the book.
Nothing to do with the comic, but whatever.
Number 7 is Mystery Men, which...
Oh, Mystery Men.
Just from the title, you had to know that it was a comic book. I mean...
Come on. Dark Horse, you know?
Number 6 is Tank Girl. Honestly, I think... Actually, the reverse would be if you showed somebody a Tank Girl comic and you told them, did you know they actually made a movie out of this?
Yeah.
That was a very obscure movie.
It really was, too.
So there you go. Number 5, Men in Black.
Of course.
That is the comic was extremely obscure, and it was also really bad. The movie was cool, though. Number 4, The Surrogates. I actually I saw that not too long ago.
I saw it, too. I saw it recently, too. Yeah.
Bruce Willis, yeah. Yeah, that was a comic book, though. I did know that. Number 3, The Mask.
I knew that one already, yeah.
Number 2, Monkey Bone.
I knew that one, too. Yep.
Honestly, I never even heard of the movie, so...
I've seen the movie and read the comic. Oh, yeah.
I know the comic, but I didn't know there was a movie made out of that.
Brendan Fraser.
Monkey Bone. Oh, yeah. Actually, wait. Was he wearing some kind of, like, really goofy, like, almost like a mascot thing?
Oh God, I have to think back to the movie.
And he had, like, weird makeup on or something. I'm trying to remember.
No, he was the artist who wrote.
Right. He was
writing it. Yeah.
He wasn't the character. Okay, no, I did like see the trailer for that or something. Okay, and number 1, 30 Days of Night.
Oh well, that's a given. That's shit.
I knew the comic before I knew the movie, so there you go. I haven't actually seen the movie, so.
So I knew quite a few of them then. So yeah.
The only one on here that I didn't know was Monkey Bone. So I honestly the list fails, so I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10.
I have to give it a 1 out of 10 as well because I knew pretty much all of them. Yeah,
that wasn't very good. Like like American Splendor would have been a really good one to put on there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, for Dimebag Zombie sent me his top 100 favorite bands / artists / whatever the fuck you want to call and whatever the fuck you want to call a mundane reading of musical preferences.
That's a great list name.
I like the name, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go by 10s here, okay?
Okay.
So number 100, Journey. Number 99, Dr. Living Dead. Number 98 is Ministry. Number 97 is Blackwater Rising. Number 96 is Manowar. Number 95 is Leonard Skinner. Number 94 is Heart. Number 93 is Testament. Number 92 is White Zombie. And number 91 is Dimmu Borgir.
Okay.
So he definitely favors metal and classic rock.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, I can dig it. Number 90 is Black Flag. Number 89 is Gwar. Number 88 is Damage Plan. Number 87 is Cannibal Corpse. Number 86 is Rage Against the Machine. Number 85 is Nile. Number 84 is Mastodon. Number 83 is System of a Down. Number 82 is Def Leppard. And number 81 is Arch Enemy. I'm going to say he's got some kick-ass artists in there. But then, he's got Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down.
Well, System of a Down isn't bad, but...
Oh, they're pretty bad, Tanya.
Well, it depends upon how you look at them. I mean, if you just want to just turn off your brain, that's like one thing. But it's.
I don't know. I can't stand that. And then Rage Against the Machine. Like, come on, really? Really?
I never liked Race Against the Machine, so.
Moving on. Number 80 is Demolition Hammer. Number 79 is Carcass. Number 78 is REO Speedwagon. Number 77 is Union Underground. Number 76 is Yngwie Malmsteen. Number 75 is Lich King. Number 74 is Queen. Number 73 is The Melvins. Number 72 is Alice Cooper. And number 71 is Superjoint Ritual. Definitely getting a little more esoteric there,
Queen should be a lot higher up.
Queen should definitely
Queen
be
should be a
higher
lot higher up.
Who would have ever thought you'd have a list where you go right from Carcass to REO Speedwagon?
I know, right?
That's pretty cool, though. Some of these, like, I never heard of Lich King or Demolition Hammer.
I've heard of Demolition Hammer, but not Lich King, though.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Number 70 is Boston. Number 69 is Eric Clapton. Number 68 is David Allan Coe. Number 67 is Tool. Number 66, The Eagles. Number 65, Rush. Number 64, Kansas. Number 63, Rammstein. Number 62, Skid Row. And number 61, AC/DC. Once again, a big hodgepodge. Rush, very low. That should be way higher.
Boston? Really? Boston? Ugh.
You don't like Boston?
I hate Boston.
I like him. Tool, though. What the hell is he doing with Tool? I hate Tool.
Yeah, Tool, yes.
And Rammstein, I mean, they're kind of fun, but really there's not much to them.
Yeah, they're just... That's kind of fun.
Yeah. I'm going to move along. Number 60 is Tom Petty. Number 59, Rebel Meets Rebel. Number 58, Soundgarden. Number 57, Government Mule. Number 56, Puss Cipher. I never know how to say that. Number 55, Jimi Hendrix. Number 54, Ray Charles. Number 53, Fleetwood Mac. Number 52, Cream. And number 51, Aretha Franklin. So now you're starting to see some like soul and jazz people mixed in there, which is interesting.
Aretha Franklin, awesome.
Aretha
Cream,
Franklin.
go fuck itself.
You don't like Cream, huh?
I hate Cream. Ugh.
I like Cream. I never heard of this Government Mule.
I never heard of that one either, so that's a new one on me.
I'll take his word for it. I don't know. Yeah, it's starting to shape up. Moving along. Number 50, Lords of Acid. Number 49, Van Halen. Number 48, Nirvana. Number 47, Dream Theater. And I might say he spelled it right. 46, ZZ Top. Number 45, the Steve Miller Band. Number 44, Primus. Number 43, Corrosion of Conformity. Number 42, Crowbar. And number 41, The Damn Yankees. Now, wait a minute. Was Crowbar already on this, or am I on crack?
Well...
No, that was Carcass. Okay.
That was Carcass, yeah, so...
They're kind of... Crowbar is way worse than Carcass, though.
Crowbar... Ugh.
Crowbar is like... The guy always sounds like he's taking a shit.
Taking a shit, yeah. See, I'm not the only one that thinks that.
Beavis and Butthead also said that. I can't stand Primus. I honestly think the greatest thing that they've ever done was the South Park theme song.
That's really, yeah.
Other than that, some pretty cool things on there. I kind of wince that, putting ZZ Top over Dream Theater, but, whatever, it's a personal thing.
With ZZ Top shouldn't go over Dream Theater at all.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I seem to have lost my spot. Let's see, Crowbar. Okay, number 41 was Damn Yankees, right? Okay. Number 40 is Overkill. Number 39, Ozzy Osbourne. Number 38, Metallica. Number 37, Judas Priest. Number 36, Napalm Death. Number 35, Cacophony. Number 34 is Primus again for some reason. Number 33 is Ravi Shankar. Number 32 is Dio. And number 31 is Iron Maiden.
Why is Primus on there twice?
Why are they even on there once? Much less twice. Yeah. That's the cardinal sin of a list. You can't put the same thing on there twice. That was a big mistake. Other than that, I don't have much to complain about in that particular... No, I don't know who Ravi Shankar is, though.
No idea here either, so...
I'm going to move on. Number 30 is Led Zeppelin. Number 29 is Exodus. Number 28 is Isis. Number 27 is Ram Jam. Number 26 is The Doors. Number 25 is Tribes of Nayrot. Number 24 is Jefferson Airplane. Number 23 is Foreigner. Number 22 is Pink Floyd. And number 21 is The Who. some cool shit in there, but I don't know. Ram Jam, Tribes of Nayrod, I don't know who these guys are.
I no idea who either.
There's
Wow.
some interesting acts in there. I'm usually pretty good for recognizing music acts, but wow. Jefferson Airplane, are they really that good?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think, you know.
They did do. They're the ones who did White Rabbit, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do love that song.
Actually, that might have been when they were just called Airplane or something like, or is that Jefferson Starship?
You know, I can't
They,
remember.
they changed their name a few times.
Yeah, I do love that song, but yeah.
It's a cool song, but that's like only one song.
I know, right?
All right, moving on. Number 20 is Frank Sinatra. Number 19 is, it just says V28. I don't know what that means. Number 18 is Slayer. Number 17 is Venom. Number 16 is Stevie Ray Vaughan. Number 15 is Creedence Clearwater Revival. Number 14, Behemoth. Number 13, Busted Root. Number 12 is Death. Number 11 is Black Sabbath.
All right, now I love Black Sabbath, obviously, but no, Behemoth. I got to tell you,
They're not that good.
They're not that good. They're really not that good.
I don't know V28, and I don't know Busted Root either. So
those I don't know either, but Behemoth, really? Behemoth?
I just think of who, you know, I mean, they're above Pink Floyd and The Who and Metallica, and yeah,
wholly disagree with that.
It's weird. And finally, here's the top 10. Number 10 is Hypocrisy. Number 8 is Exhorter. I'm sorry, that was number 9. Number 8 is Alice in Chains. Number 7 is Electric Wizard. Number 6 is Styx. Number 5 is Down. Number 4 is Garden of Shadows. Number 3 is Neurosis. Number 2 is Megadeth. And number 1, of course, from a guy named Dimebag Zombie. I would be very surprised if number 1 wasn't Pantera. I do like Pantera, but number 1, wow, man.
Number 1? No, that's a little wrong.
Are you really putting them above Megadeth?
Metallica, Megadeth, I mean, come on.
I mean, I give him credit for putting Megadeth at number 2, since that Megadeth basically did invent the sound that Pantera became famous for.
Yeah, but why are they putting Pantera above Megadeth?
It's his favorite band. I mean, This is he's not saying the greatest. This is his favorites.
All right.
And I understand, like, Down, I think, was terrible, but, you know, Dimebag was in Down, so that's why they're there, you know.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, out of 100, I'm gonna be rather generous here, honestly. I'm gonna give this a 74.
Well, I'm actually going to be a little generous myself because it is his favorites, and you know, not the greatest, but it is his favorite. So I'm actually going to say 76.
76, wow. Okay, so moving on. He has another list, and you're going to like this one, Tanya. It's top 5 bands I forgot when making my top 100 bands. So these are the top 5 bands he thought of later on that he wishes he would have put on the other list.
By the way, great list name.
Yeah. Both listeners are very funny. Number 5 is the Dead Kennedys. Number 4 is The Motherfucking Time, apparently. Number 3 is Them Crooked Vultures. Number 2 is The Grateful Dead. And number 1 is Creator. You know what? You're better off you left them off.
I was just going to say no.
Those are all terrible. Especially The Grateful Dead. I can't stand them. Out of 5...
The Grateful Dead's very overrated.
Oh, they're terrible. Out of 5, I mean, what do you give this? I'm going to give it a 1. I mean, I don't think any of those should be on there.
No, I'm going to give it a 1.
You didn't forget them. You left them off for good reason. We have another top 100 list. It's almost back-to-back top 100 list. This one's from Almighty Santa. It's his top 100 favorite movies.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go by tens. And he was good enough to number them, as you should. So these are his favorite movies, starting with number 100 is Face Off. Number 99 is The Punisher, the 2004 version. Number 98, Freddy vs. Jason. Number 97, Alien 3. Number 96, Daredevil. Number 95, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Number 94, Reindeer Games. Number 93, Heat. Number 92, Tank Girl.
Tank Girl.
Like 7 people have seen this movie. He's one of them. And number 91, Meet the Feebles.
Never heard of that.
It's for good reason. I like some of these, but I mean, Daredevil, really? Tank Girl?
I like Freddy vs. Jason. I'm glad that's on there. Hell yeah.
I like that one. Honestly, Heat should be way higher. That was an awesome movie.
That's kind of an interesting weird start to the list. Okay, yeah.
Well, it's his favorite movies, whatever. Number 90 is Zombie 3. I'm not even going to get into which one he could possibly mean. That's a confusing series. Number 89, Teen Wolf. Number 88, Back to the Future Part 3. Number 87, Akira. Number 86, The Lawnmower Man. Number 85, Three Kings. Number 84, Batman Forever. Number 83, Willow. Number 82, The Expendables. And number 81, Iron Man 2. I guess it's interesting because he definitely put some movies on here that a lot of people didn't like.
Batman Forever?
I liked Batman Forever. I wouldn't put it on my favorites, but I did like... I mean, Lawnmower Man was just bad, though.
The Lawnmower Man, yeah. It's neither here nor there, but...
Once you kind of get over the special effects, you realize it's how bad it is,
Yeah, the plot is contrived. It's like, whatever.
I got to give him credit for Halloween 3, though.
Halloween 3 is great. Yeah.
Because it's underrated. People, it didn't have Michael Myers in it. Oh, so what? It was a good movie.
But Batman Forever, that doesn't suck.
I didn't mind it. At least it wasn't Batman and Robin,
Okay.
Number 8, he definitely has a feel for some classic horror movies, though.
This is good.
Yeah. Number 80 is Scars of Dracula. Number 79, Bad Taste. Number 78, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original version. Number 77, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the 1992 version. Number 76, Hellraiser 3. Number 75, Ghost Dog. Number 74, Suburbia. Number 73, Judge Dredd. Number 73, Return of the Living Dead Part 3. And number 71, The Gate. This is mostly old horror movies here.
The Gate is 1984, I think.
Yeah, I saw that as a kid, and I thought it was awesome. Then I saw the sequel, which had just come out around that time.
Gate sucked ass, huh?
Terrible. It's terrible. Bram Stoker's Dracula is one of my favorite movies of all time. I wish it was higher on the list. Ghost Dog I never heard of.
Actually, I just saw that movie the other day, actually.
Was it any good? I mean...
honestly, I actually enjoyed it.
Who was in it?
Nobody I knew.
I'm looking it up now. Okay, well, I see that there's a couple of movies called Ghost Dog. Wait, is the full name Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai?
No.
Okay, because that's the first thing that comes up on IMDb.
No, it's just Ghost Dog. I saw it on Netflix the other day, and I just happened to put it on just to see what it was about. And
I'm not seeing a movie called Ghost Dog on IMDb. I got Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai, and then Ghost.
No, it's called Ghost Dog. It was on Netflix.
So Forrest Whitaker wasn't in it?
No.
Okay, because I don't know. Is it maybe called something else? This young? No, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't see a movie called Ghost Dog. There's a TV movie called Ghost Dog: A Detective Tale. I don't think that's it. Oh, wait. Did it just come out this year?
Ghost Dog?
Helen goes searching for her lost dog, which she believes is on an island near her home. Does that sound?
No. The movie I saw, it was. I hope this is the same he's talking about. Whereas it's a horror flick basically, where it's actually, from what I saw of the film, it looks like it's back in the 80s, and it's basically where it's basically about werewolves, put simply, but it's actually not really werewolves. They're almost like were-canines, and this dog, once this dog bites you, then you get like all rabid and canine-ish and
like literally everything that I'm seeing on Google is this samurai thing with Forrest Whitaker.
Wow, no, it's definitely not that.
Wow, it must be pretty obscure then.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So if you guys see it on Netflix, check it out. It's actually not bad. It's a nice little horror flick.
Let's move along then, huh? Number 70 is Blow. Number 69 is Blood Simple. Number 68 is El Topo. Number 67, Friday. Number 66, X-Men 3. I believe he means X-Men: The Last Stand. Mm-hmm. Number 65, War of the World, the original 1950s version. Okay. Number 64 was Chasing Amy. Number 63, The Cell. Number 62, Carrie. Number 61, Fargo. Wow, so many movies that I didn't like.
I love Carrie. I thought Carrie was great.
Carrie was good. The Cell was a piece of shit.
I couldn't stand that movie.
I mean, a horror movie with J-Lo, really? And Fargo, I know Fargo got a lot of great reviews, but honestly, I hated it.
I slept.
It
I
was
slept.
boring. It was incredibly boring.
I slept right through it. I tried to stay up. I just slept right through it. No, didn't like it.
Didn't it feel like it was like 3 hours long?
It felt like it was actually 4.
You know, you
Seriously.
know, you know. I found this out later on that it's actually like a really short movie.
It is really. It felt like it was freaking 4 hours long.
I know. I thought it was at least 3 hours, but it's short. Chasing Amy is just bad though too. That's another one.
That's another bad one.
Well, that's another Kevin Smith piece of shit right there. All right, I'm going to move on. Number 60 is Rambo 3. Number 59 is Enter the Dragon. Number 58, The Satanic Rites of Dracula. Number 57, American Werewolf in London. Number 56, The Running Man. Number 55, The Fifth Element. Number 54, Aliens. Number 53, Flags of Our Father. Number 52, A Fistful of Dollars. And number 51, Suspiria.
Some really good ones in that one. I like a few of them actually.
And some bad ones too.
Bad ones to go with
I mean,
it.
honestly, like you could put Enter the Dragon and The Fifth Element and Aliens and Fistful of Dollars and Suspiria. How could you put them in the same sentence as Rambo 3 and The Running Man?
American Werewolf in London, a classic, and
That one was funny. It was okay, but
it's a classic horror,
Yeah.
but
but I like The Fifth Element too.
Fifth Element was great. Love that
Of
movie.
course, Aliens was a great one. But I mean, really, The Running Man.
I hated that movie. I hated it.
If you ever get the chance, you should read the book that it was based on. Well, that it was supposedly based on.
I
Really.
will. I'll have to read the book. I never saw the book. I never read the book. I'll have to read the book. But
It was a Stephen King, but he wrote it as Richard Bachman. It was way better.
but
Okay.
the movie.
Yeah. All right. Number 50 is Rashomon. Number 49 is Batman, the 1989 version. Number 48
yes.
Superman 2. Number 47, the Rollerball, the original version. Number 46, Frankenstein. He's talking about the 1931 version. Number 45, Heavy Metal. Number 44, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Number 43, The Big Red One. Number 42, Hardwire. And number 41, Mad Max.
Wow.
I think this is the first list of 10 that I don't have anything to bitch about.
I have nothing to bitch about it. There's some really good ones on there and
And solid movies, yeah.
decent ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to move on then. There's not much to say there, Number 40 is Blackula. Number 39 is Children of the Corn. 38 is... he puts Gremlins, but I know he means Gremlins. Gremlins 2, A New Batch. Number 37 is The French Connection. Number 36 is Rope. Number 35 is Rock and Roll. Number 34 is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Number 33 is The Incredibles. Number 32 is Evil Dead 2. Number 31 is Dawn of the Dead. He's talking about the remake.
Blackula.
I liked Blackula. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. Trust me on this. It was a really good movie. It's not at all what you'd expect from a movie called Blackula.
I'll have to give it a shot one of these days. I'll have to give it a shot.
It's basically like there's this African prince guy, and he like in the 17th century, and he goes to Dracula, Count Dracula, because he doesn't know he's a vampire, obviously, and he travels to Transylvania to see Count Dracula because he thinks he can help him stop the slave trade. And Dracula basically tells him that he loves slavery, and he has so they get into this whole match of wits, and they wind up insulting each other, and then Dracula bites him, and he sticks him in a coffin, and he's like stuck there for a couple hundred years with the bloodlust that he can't get out of the coffin, and then he gets out in the 70s. And then that's the bulk of the movie. It was pretty good. It was really low rent. Like you could tell they did it on like almost no budget, but it was a decent film.
Okay.
And by the way, I just want to say, Dawn of the Dead remake was awesome.
Hell yes.
So, I mean, he's got some good stuff. And Children of the Corn was kind of crappy, but I guess it has a kind of a kitschy charm.
Gremlins, gotta love Gremlins.
Gremlins 2, though. That's interesting. Not the original. Gremlins 2.
I thought the original was better, but hey.
The original was better. The only thing Gremlins 2 had going for it was that Christopher Lee was in it.
Oh, yes.
All right, I'm going to move on. Number 30 is Clerks 2. Number 29 is Dawn of the Dead original version. Number 28 is Dogma. Number 27 is Zombie. He's talking about the Lucio Fulci movie. Number 26 is Evil Dead. Number 25, Scarface. He doesn't say which one. I'm going to assume the remake. Number 24 is The Godfather Part 2. Number 23 is Return of the Jedi. Number 22 is Dracula. He's referring to the 1931 version. And number 21 is the original Godfather. Okay, first off, I gotta say it. Godfather 2 was better than Godfather 1.
Hell yes.
I'm assuming he means the remake of Scarface because that's the one everybody knows.
With Al Pacino, yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's got a few Kevin Smith movies in here, and it's, you know, it's weird because Clerks 2 is really good, but Dogma was a piece of shit.
Now, see, I liked Dogma. I did.
Really?
I did. Honestly, I hate to say I did.
With those fake-ass costumes that didn't look like anything.
Oh, I think that was the charm of it, honestly, because it was so fake, but yet it just, I don't know, it was a thing.
I would put Clerks 2 like miles above Dogma.
Oh, Clerks 2, hell yes, that was great. Loved that movie.
You can't go wrong with, you know, original Dracula, Return of the Jedi. Some of these are great, you know.
Classics, yeah, definitely.
I'm liking this list so far, I gotta say. Okay, number 20 is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Number 19 is Crank. Number 18 is The Avengers. Number 17, Iron Man. Number 16, SLC Punk. Number 15, okay, now he put a tie for number 15. Please don't do this, especially if you're doing a top 100 movie. A top 100 list, knock one off and, you know, choose which one you like better. Don't do a tie. But his tie at number 15 is between Batman Begins and Boys in the Hood. Okay, I'm a huge Batman fan, but let's face it, Boys in the Hood was a better movie, so come on. Number 14 was Avatar. Number 13 is the original Star Wars. Number 12 is Bolt. And number 11 is Army of Darkness.
No offense, but Avatar can go suck a dick. I can't stand it.
I enjoyed the action and the special effects and everything, but it was definitely really overrated.
It was. I can't stand. I can't even stand looking at it.
I wouldn't see it again because even though I did enjoy it the first time, I could tell that if I watched it again, I would probably hate it.
I do hate it.
I haven't seen The Avengers, but everybody that has seen it that has told me that it was pretty fucking awesome. So
I just saw it earlier.
What is this SLC Punk though? I've never heard of that.
Never heard of that. The Avengers is awesome. Never heard of that movie though.
Yeah, I mean, Bolt though, really?
Bolt?
Yeah, with the dog, right? That's what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, with the dog. Yeah, yeah.
That's your number 12 pick. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is the top? Are you prepared for the top 10?
I believe I am prepared.
Okay. Number 10 is Clerks. Number 9 is The Dark Knight. Number 8 is Saving Private Ryan. Number 7 is Taxi Driver. Number 6 is A Clockwork Orange. Number 5 is Donnie Darko. Number 4 is The Big Lebowski. Number 3 is The Empire Strikes Back. Number 2 is Alien, and his favorite movie of all time is Jurassic Park.
Really? Jurassic Park? Huh.
It was a pretty cool movie. I gotta give him shit for The Big Lebowski. I hated The Big Lebowski. I thought it was a piece of shit movie.
My wife loves that movie. Me, not so much. But
I think it's one of those movies that you kind of have to be stoned to really get. And I'm not about to get stoned just to watch a stupid fucking movie. The rest of these, though, really good. Really good list. I mean, you know, Empire Strikes Back, Clockwork Orange, Taxi Driver, Saving Private Ryan. Donnie Darko, yeah. Alien and Jurassic Park. You know, I'm out of 100. I mean, and if all the people that have sent me their, you know, like top 100 movies or whatever, this is one of the better lists.
I have to say so, definitely.
I'm going to give it a 97.
I'm not going to be so generous. I'm going to say 95.
95? Okay. Well, it's pretty close right there. It's not exactly too far off. Okay, Uber McPhailsauce, once again, sent me from culturesavages.com the 4 most outrageous conspiracy theories that people actually believe.
This ought to be interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming that it's going to be like 9/11 was an inside job and things like that in here, you know?
That's what I'm guessing.
All right. Oh, it starts at number 1, so let me go down. All right. Number 4 is reptilians.
Huh?
So apparently people think that there are these humanoid lizards that have secretly enslaved the human race that come from the Alpha Draconis star system. Is this a movie or?
Please tell me this is like a sci-fi movie or something.
We can all thank the former sports commentator turned writer and lunatic, mostly lunatic, Mr. David Icke for popularizing the wonderfully logical premise that 5 to 12-foot blood-drinking humanoid shape-shifting reptilian aliens from the Alpha Draconis star system are hiding in underground bases and that most world leaders are directly related to the reptilians.
Wow.
I'm going to move on. Number 3 is, oh boy, here we go. Number 3 is chemtrails. And, you know, our friend Andrew Ritter.
Yes.
He got into a big dust-up on Facebook with this person going on about chemtrails. And this comes from Alex Jones, which is a good red flag right there. It's pretty much a good thing that anything that comes from Alex Jones, you know, you can just discard it as bullshit offhand, you know. According to People That Forgot Their Medication Monthly Report, chemtrails are trails left by aircrafts which are actually chemical or biological agents deliberately sprayed at high altitudes through clandestine operations for the purposes of depopulation and shortening the lifespan of the general public. Once again, front and center stage of this theory is the spooky shadow rulers that want nothing more than for you to die, or at least that's what radio host Alex Jones tells me. He's a fuckwad as well. Yeah, he is a fuckwad.
He is a fuckwad.
Oh, wow. Number 2 is, this is not a shock, the 9/11 no planes theory.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So they not only do they think that it was a whole, like, inside job, but they don't think there were planes at all.
There were no planes.
There were no planes. This is what
even though there was camera footage from every possible angle.
Oh, I've heard of this because on Howard Stern, I don't know if you've ever heard of when Howard had his boys Richard and Sal pranking this hippie chick who was doing the show called Further Down the Rabbit Hole, and she was just this nutcase lunatic, and then Richard would call her up and pretend to be some guy named Rusty, and he would prank her, but she was like in love with him or something. And he actually had her on the show. She came on Howard Stern and did her version of Further Down the Rabbit, and she claimed that the planes were actually like a holographic projection.
A holographic projection.
That's what I've heard. Let me see if this is the same thing. Let's see. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. I'm assuming by now you've guessed that this theory focuses on the very debatable fact that planes were not used in the 9/11 attacks. The no-planers, as I call them, usually attend the same dinner parties and golf tournaments as the Blue Beam people, since they both put out way too much faith into holograms. Yeah, so there you go. If you were to casually ask one of these people in between bouts of psychosis and fits of dementia what they think actually happened on 9/11, they would say the planes were holographically stitched into the sky, and the explosions came from bombs planted in the building.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, at that point, isn't that way too much effort? Wouldn't it just be easier to actually fly the planes into the building?
You think?
Isn't that way too much effort to fool people into believing there were planes?
Why not just use planes and just get it over with?
Yeah, exactly. That is just... Yeah, I love the recommendation here. It says, if you ever see one of these people, kick them directly in the nuts.
I will do so.
Then tell them that you're a hologram and the CIA planted one of their ouchie devices in their nutsacks.
I like that.
And number 1 is called Project Bluebeam.
Oh, I've heard of this.
I have not, so I'm going to read what it says here. It says, the psychotic delusions of meth addicts and basement dwellers, otherwise known as Project Bluebeam, centers around the belief that a shadowy group of unelected but all-powerful world leaders want nothing more than to implement a creepy, kooky, and altogether ooky one-world government. Oh, so basically it's the whole New World Order bullshit.
It pretty much is, but apparently they use
it goes
into religion.
It goes into holograms, fake alien invasions, giant pictures of Jesus in the sky. And...
Yep, that. I heard about that.
Wow. And people believe it. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, people actually believe that, too, which is crazy.
So, I mean, 4 out of 4 for me. These are all absolutely bonkers.
4 out of 4, yeah.
I can't imagine something being more outrageous and still having people believe it.
And that Project Bluebeam one, let me tell you, that's probably the one that has the most amount of believers in it. I actually encounter that even talking to other supposedly logical people.
Wow. Okay, next list I'm actually going to skip for now. I'm going to come back because I want to end it on that list. So I'm going to come back to that one. Okay, the Moogle Master sent me two lists here. They're both from Nintendo Power. These are, he says it's part one of Nintendo Power's top 20 games from each console. I guess that after we read these, he'll send the next two or whatever. So we have, according to Nintendo Power, the top 20 NES games and the top 20 Game Boy games. So let's start with the NES one. So let's see. Number 20, Kid Icarus. Number 19, Final Fantasy. Number 18, Dragon Quest IV. They call it Dragon Warrior 4. Number 17, Bionic Commando. I didn't like Bionic Commando. I don't like that one. Number 16, Maniac Mansion. I don't like that one either.
I didn't like that game.
Yeah, it's just dull. Number 15, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. That's a great one. Number 14, Castlevania.
Oh, of course.
Number 13, DuckTales.
Oh, yes.
DuckTales was cool. You never see DuckTales 2 on any of these lists, though, and it was just as good. Number 12 is Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Number 11 is Mega Man 3. Interesting. Number 10 is Ninja Gaiden. Number 9 is Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Number 8 is Super Mario Bros. 2. Number 7, Contra. Number 6, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Number 5 is Metroid. Number 4 is Super Mario Brothers. Number 3 is Mega Man 2. Overrated, overrated, overrated.
I do love that one, though.
It's great. It's a great game, but it's not better than 3. Nor is it better than Metroid and Super Mario Brothers. Number 2 is Super Mario Brothers 3, and number 1 is The Legend of Zelda.
I agree with most of it.
Let me see if you're coming to the same conclusion as I am, and by asking you a simple question, Tanya. What's missing?
What's missing?
There's a big one that's missing.
There's a big one that's
missing. Really, really big one.
Oh, wow.
Final Fantasy.
I thought you already said that one.
It's not on here.
I thought you said Final Fantasy.
Oh, wait, I did. Okay, I'm sorry, it was number 19.
Yeah, you did say Final Fantasy.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, well, that should be way higher.
It should be way higher, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good list. Nintendo Power, I mean, I disagree with a little bit of the order, and I kind of missed Final Fantasy there, obviously. But, I'm not, out of 20, I'm going to give it a 19.
I'm actually going to say 18 because of the order of things. I think it could have been...
The order is a little weird, but the broad strokes are correct,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move on, and this is their same thing. This is also from Nintendo Power. This is their top 20 Game Boy games.
Oh, Game Boy games.
Just glancing at it, I can tell that they're including Game Boy Color and Game Boy together.
They usually do.
Which I don't agree with that, because they're two different systems. But just as a disclaimer, there are Game Boy Color games on here. So let's see. Number 20 is Operation C. Number 19 is Shantae. That's an obscure one, but it's pretty good. Have you ever played that one?
No.
It's like some little like gypsy girl, and she whips people with their hair. It was one of the first Game Boy Color games, and it was really great reviews, but it didn't sell very well. They were going to make a sequel on the Game Boy Advance. It never got made. And then I think the sequel that never got made, I think it eventually came to DSiWare.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so let's see. Number 18 is Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. Yes, that game does exist.
Wow.
Number 17, Dr. Mario. Number 16, Mario's Picross. Really? Really?
Wow.
Number 15, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. All right, now that was a piece of crap. I mean,
that was horrible.
They did 3 Turtles games on the Game Boy. None of them were particularly good. But if you're going to pick one, the second one and the third one were still like way, way better than the first one. So I don't know why they would pick the first one on. That's weird. Number 14 is Mega Man 5. That was a cool one. Number
Awesome.
13 is Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, which is basically panel de pawn. I know you don't like Pokemon, but it's the same game as Tetris Attack.
Oh, well, all right. Okay. Okay. I can do it.
Yeah. Number 12 is Metroid 2 Return of Samus. Number 11, Metal Gear Solid. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep there real quick. Whoa. Oh, I fell asleep. Number 10, number 10 is Kirby's Dream Land 2.
Awesome.
Number 9 is Wario Land 3. Number 8 is Donkey Kong. I guess they mean the one that's Game Boy Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Number 7 is Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins. Number 6 is Pokemon Gold and Silver version. Number 5 is Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. Number 4 is Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Number 3 is Pokemon Red and Blue version. Number 2 is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And number 1 is Tetris DX. And I gotta say, after the excellent NES list, that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, that was a major letdown.
I mean, first off, really? Full of Foot Clan, really?
Why is that even remotely on there?
I mean, that was a really bad game. Really, really bad game. No Castlevania 2.
Yeah, where's Castlevania 2 on there?
No, Holy Sword Legend.
Oh my gosh, I know Holy Sword Legend. Wow.
Sword Legend. It's very strange choices here. Yeah, I'm going to give this an 11 out of 20.
I'm actually going to go for a 7.
7, wow. Okay, we're going to end the show with a list from our friend I Fuck Like an Animal. I love this. This is so many levels this works on. It's his top 69 worst porn titles. And I think we're going to have some interesting discussions based on these. So you ready?
I am ready.
Number 69 is Lifestyles of the Bitchy Wanks. Honestly, would you want to watch something called that?
No.
No, that's terrible. Number 68, Keepers Gone Wild. I don't even know what Keepers, like, what does that even mean? That is a terrible title.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Number 67, and this is literally the title. It's called Heinfeld, a porno about nothing.
That is... I lost...
You know, I mean, I know that there's like sort of a, you know, a thing in the porno industry where you're making pornos based on like pretty much everything, but a porno Seinfeld, really.
Pornos, I don't even...
I love Seinfeld, but there's not much sexy about that show. Just
no.
Heinfeld, a porno about nothing.
That's...
Even the name, it's not as clever as they thought it was.
No.
Now, number 66, I don't quite understand the joke here, because it's, like, you know, like the movie Giggly?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing, only it has like an extra I in it, so it's like giggly.
Okay.
I don't get the jokes. That is terrible. That is terrible.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Number 65 is called Filthy Fuckers number 184 Pokermon. Oh, wow. How many levels is that wrong? Okay, first of all, Filthy Fuckers doesn't sound very appetizing.
Filthy fuckers.
Yeah. Secondly, it's number 184. You know, they say the sequels are never good as the original. When you get to number 184, you might want to stop. And then Pokermon, really? Come on.
Poker.
Number 64 is Cockless 19. Okay, if you're cockless, how do you get 19 porno movies made?
Cockless 19.
Or maybe it's a lesbian porno.
Oh, maybe it is a lesbian porno.
That would be a good name for a lesbian porno. Whoa, really? Number 63 is Carrot Top Does Cleveland.
I don't even... No.
There's
You didn't say that.
On there. There's something... I mean, firstly, I get they're trying to do like Debbie Does Dallas, but first of all, nobody wants to see Carrot Top do anything.
No, I don't want to see him at all. So...
And then Cleveland, really? Like, you're going to pick pretty much the worst city in America? Hey, I got to wonder, Was it really Carrot Top?
Did he really do that?
Like, did he really do a porn, or was it just they used the name, I wonder?
Well, would they even be allowed to use the name without him doing it?
I don't know. It depends if it's trademarked or... I just Googled it and I couldn't find shit. Apparently, it's complicated by the fact that he was on the Cleveland Show. You know, that cartoon, so that kind of complicates
it's like a Family Guy thing.
Yeah. So that's kind of, like, hard to find. All right, I'm going to move on then. Number 62 is Backdoor Lambada. It's not as bad as some of these other ones. Number 61 is Ultra Kinky. Number 79, Bolin and Her Colon.
That's so bad.
Bolin, colon. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, wow.
Gross.
Number 79, man. Number 60 is Lusty Life. Number 89, Slide Your Long Loaf Into My Hot Oven.
Okay, that's incredibly gross.
It's way too long, too. Can you imagine putting all that on a box and hoping that somebody buys it?
I can imagine that.
I at this point, I'm almost questioning if any of these are real. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't doubt it for a second. I don't doubt it for a second. Slide your long loaf into my hot oven.
Wow.
And by the way, I just verified that is indeed real.
It's real.
With exactly one like.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Number 59 is Long Nights with Da Man and His Chipmunk Friend.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in there that's good. That's terrible. Number 58, I guess they went for simplicity with this one. Hooters and Blowjobs. Oh, I'm sorry, Hooters and the Blowjobs.
Hooters and the Blowjobs. Yeah.
I get it. It's like Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Except it's Hooters and the That's terrible. Then again, this is the worst one, so...
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. Number 57 is Grandma's Special Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. Is there a single sexy word in there?
No.
There's not even a single sexy syllable.
No, not even close.
Yeah. Number 56, this has to be this is terrible. This has to be the least clever one on the here. It's Good Afternoon.
That's really fucked up.
Like, that's the level you're at, where instead of, we're going to say Good Afternoon. We're out of good porno names. We're going to say Good Afternoon. We're going to change it to Good Afternoon. How can we pornalize Good Afternoon?
That's so bad.
I can't imagine it being too much worse, but there's 56 more. That 55 more. Number 55 is Anal Fireball.
Mm.
Not exactly my cup of tea there, the Anal Fireballs.
No, not me either.
I wonder how many of those they made.
Too many.
Yeah, one is too many. Number 54, and this is like, again, they try to how do you pornalize a movie like The Bourne Supremacy? They changed it to The Porn Suck-premacy.
Okay, how unoriginal can you get?
Very. That's like modern Mad Magazine bad. That's how bad that is. Number 53, we have Teabagger Vance. I weep for mankind. I weep. Yeah. Number 52, we have Squiggy Gets Jiggy with Laverne.
That I don't even know. I can't even think about that. That makes me want to
like Squiggy. Like, I guess it's Laverne and Shirley porn, which is really I don't know. Maybe your mom is into that, but maybe that is from the 70s. Number 51, and this is another really unsexy title. It's Hush, My Mother Might Hear Us.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 50, once again, very unsexy, Crab Party.
Oh, gross.
That's just, yeah, it's just like...
Man.
Did the people who make these realize that porn is supposed to be for titillation?
It's totally gross to everybody so that we don't make any money.
Number 47, this is probably a gay porno. It's When Harry Met Harrier. Which is...
Wow.
Yeah, okay. As bad as that is, it's not as bad as the next one. Number 46, and honestly, if you saw a porno called this, you just want to run as far as you can in the opposite direction. The title of this, and I'm not making this up, Tanya. The title of this is What's That Smell?
Oh, no, we're not even going there. Oh, man.
What's that smell? And it's got 2 question marks, so you know that it's a query twice. What's that smell? Number 45 is Tits of Fury. That's just kind of boring and unoriginal. Oh wow, I didn't think it could get worse than What's That Smell, but number 44 is called Pickin' Scabs.
Oh, oh, go on. I can't even think about that.
Is there a very specific fetish for that, or?
Oh, gross, man.
Speaking of very, yeah, wow. Speaking of very specific fetishes, number 43 is My Large Intestines.
Yeah. Oh, man,
number 40, number 42 is Hung Wankenstein.
What?
That one's not as bad as some of these others, though.
No.
Honestly, after Pickin' Scabs and Tits of Fury and What's That Smell and
intestinal things.
Oh, I skipped one. Number 49. I skipped a few of them. What is wrong with me? The ones that I skipped, number 49 was Two Girls and a Guy Doing It. That's literally the title. But I mean, that, at least you know what you're getting with that one. And number 4, and on the same note, number 48 is just called Porn.
That's pretty,
I wonder, was that the first porno ever made?
Maybe it was.
Yeah. Okay, so 47 was Harry Met Harrier, 46 was What's That Smell, 45 was Tits of Fury, 44 was Pickin' Scabs, 43 was My Large Intestines, 42 was Hung Wankenstein. See, I skipped a few by mistake. Number 41 is Beavis and Butthead Do Debbie.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
I kind of want to see that. I just want to know if there's like these 2 guys that just like the whole time like, yeah, we're scoring. Time for the money shot.
Goddess.
Okay, number 40 is, it's like a name. The first name is Anita, then there's the middle initial C, and then the last name is a doctor, so it's Anita See a Doctor. Which I think is what you would watch directly after watching the Crab Party. First you watch Crab Party, and then you watch Anita See a Doctor. You shouldn't watch one without the other.
No, can't.
Number 39 is Time Strippers 2 G-String Theory. That's just stupid.
That's really stupid.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not sure if this next one is actually a porno or if it's a locked document in the police files. It's called, number 38 is called Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch.
Well, that's wonderful.
I don't think anybody really wanted to know what was going on there.
No.
Oh, do you remember the porn supremacy? Well, at number 37 is the Porn Identity. I guess that was the first one.
I'm weeping.
Number 36 is the Dick-capitator.
Yeah, that took a lot of ingenuity.
Now, is it something that cuts off a dick, or is it a dick that cuts off heads? I'm confused.
There actually is a movie that's kind of like that. It's a horror movie. It's just like a spoof horror movie.
Really?
It is called The One-Eyed Monster.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Well,
there was a movie called Teeth about a chick that had teeth in her vagina.
I saw that. That's it. That was, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, number 35, I'm not even sure if this is really Episiotomies Volume 8.
No.
I don't know. What is it? Okay, I have to look up what an episiotomy is.
Just no.
Do you know what it is?
It
is a... Oh, that's gross. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't...
It is a surgically planned incision on the perineum in the posterior vaginal wall during the second stage of labor. If you can sexualize that, you can sexualize anything. More on the gross out realm. Number 34 is Butt Sex Part 4, X-Lax Edition. Those are 2 things that really don't go together.
No.
Number 33 is called Brotherly Love.
Okay, we're going past that one.
Very popular in Kentucky. Number 32. Okay, I actually think that this title is kind of funny. It's called All Anal on the Western Front. That's kind of funny.
That's all right. That's a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of Westerns, number 31 is A Fistful of Condoms. Except they don't use condoms in porno, so...
No.
They really don't. Number 30 is A Big Bump in the Night. That's. Oh, earlier we were just talking about. We mentioned the movie Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Well, here we have number 29, Moulin Splooge. I guess if you're going to pornalize Moulin Rouge, that's the way to go. Number 28 is Dead Men Don't Wear Rubbers.
No.
I don't even like, what direction are you going with that? Okay, now the next four are all Star Wars spoofs.
Oh, great.
So number 27 is they're all Star Warts, which is gross because warts, it's not sexy. Yeah, Star Warts Episode 4, A New Grope. That's Mad Magazine level once again. Number 26, Star Warts Episode 3, The Return of the Stiff. Star Warts Episode 2, A Crack of the Moans. And this next one I don't understand really because it's censored. It says Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom, and then it's blocked out. It's just a bunch of stars. And I assume that the title's actually like that because none of these other ones are censored like that.
Oh, wow, okay.
So who knows what that word's supposed to be? I suppose it's pussy, the Phantom Pussy.
That's, yeah.
I don't know. Number 23, I think this is another one from the 70s, Saturday Night Beaver.
Oh, give me a fucking break, man.
That had to be like a 70s porno, Saturday Night Beaver. So is the next one, I think. Number 22 is Poop Shoot Boogie. Tanya, have you ever done the Poop Shoot Boogie?
No.
Never have I. Number 21 is Chained Heat 7, Martha Does Prison. The seventh one is never as good as the original.
No.
Number 20 is Touching Ryan's Privates. That's just so pedestrian. Yeah. We're getting to the top worst ones here. Number 18. Number 19 is Let's Play Anal Twister. To that I have to say, let's not.
Let's not.
Okay. Number 18 is HR Muffin Stuff. Number 17 is, well, you've heard of Girls Gone Wild, right, Tanya?
Yes.
And you've probably heard of, like, MILFs Gone Wild?
Yes.
And you got to assume that, by proxy, there's going to be a Grandma's Gone Wild, because some people are into that. But number 17 is Great Grandma's Gone Wild.
I'm going to vomit in some tinfoil now and eat it.
Where did they film those? A nursing home?
Apparently.
Number 15 and 16 are the missing Star Wars episodes. I guess they thought these two were just way worse than the others.
Apparently.
Number 16 is Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Brown Eye. That's pretty bad. And number 15, and they're saying this is the worst one, the worst title, Star Wars Episode 5, The Humpire Strikes from the Back. That is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, it is.
Next we have a pair of Harry Potter pornos, because, I guess all the fan fiction wasn't enough. They had to make real ones. Thankfully, there's only two of these that I could see. Number 14 is Harry, Peter, and the Sorcerer's Bone. Just going to reflect on how terrible that is for a few seconds. Okay, moving on. Number 13 is Harry, Peter, and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You know what, Tanya?
Yeah?
I got to give them credit for pornalizing the word Azkaban.
I do too.
That takes some doing. Number 12 is A Beautiful Hind. Number 11, yeah, just no to that. Number 11 is Sushi Girls. Number 24, Stir Fry Snatch. Yeah. Tanya, are you ready for the top 10?
I am ready.
I'm not. I'm scared. Yeah, here we go. Deep breath. Whew. Number 10 is... Really? Wow. Number 10 is Edward Penis Hands. I'm just trying to imagine that, and it's not going so well in my head here, Tanya. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah,
Okay,
my
you're.
thing cut out.
Oh, did you hear what I said? You're gonna make me say it again?
Apparently.
It's Edward Penis Hands.
Ah,
Yeah, Edward Penis Hands. I mean, you know, I always wondered. You've seen Edward Scissorhands, right?
yeah.
I've always wondered why he had. I mean, I know he wasn't finished, but why give him scissors for hands? It just seems like it would be a huge pain in the ass. Why not just give him the hands when they're done, and until then he has no hands? I would think it would be easier to have no hands than have scissors for hands.
Well, you think, but
And
yeah.
then having the penis hands, that's way worse.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Number 9 is Dude, Where's My Dildo? Which is just, I mean, that's not even funny. Number 8 is, and this is a title that I never thought I would see pornalized, Passions of the Crotch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm assuming the Catholic Church has that in their Vatican porno library down there. Number 7 is I Saw Mommy Eating Santa Claus. There's a lot wrong with that. I mean, wouldn't it be that you saw Santa Claus eating Mommy?
You think.
Maybe she was tossing his salad. I don't know. Number 6, May the Foreskin Be With You.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Wow, man. What the fuck, man?
Okay, we're in the top 5. Number 5 is E3, the Extra Testicle.
Extra testicle.
You know, like E.T., the extraterrestrial.
That's so fucking... That's... Ah!
Yeah. Number 4 is Willy Wanker and the Fudge Packer Factory. I think we know what that one's about. Number... What was...
hold on 1 second. I have a phone call from somebody. Oh, it's apparently... Oh, okay. Oh boy.
What?
Give me 1 second. It's actually something from the company. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got 3 more, so hurry up.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me just see who this is here.
Okay.
Hello? Live on List Critics.
Are we going to
Hello?
edit? Maybe we'll edit this part out. I don't know.
Yes, this is She Mask. Mask is calling.
We're here to sell you a copy of Willy Wanker and the Fudge Packer Factory. How many copies would you like? We have the entire Star Wars saga.
Yes, of course.
Well, so you do want a copy of Great Grandma's Gone Wild?
I'm actually on Skyping right now, actually, with my director of graphics design.
And then after that, we could watch A Beautiful Hind together and bond over that experience.
Yeah, he's completely insane, yeah.
Oh. She realizes I can hear her, right? We're here to sell you copies of Poop Shoot Boogie.
Yeah.
You know, the villain of the Star Wars saga is Darth Phallus. This is too good to cut out. We're going to leave this in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would actually love to schedule time for that. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Could we schedule for, say,
They want to watch.
evening?
They want to watch E3 the Extra Testicle together.
No, he doesn't know who I'm talking to right now. No.
I'm about to find out, I think.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
She's talking to the director of Harry Peter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
You're gonna laughing like hell over here, John.
He won the Woody Award for that.
Yeah. Will he be there? I could definitely have him there for that. Okay, yeah, we could do a preliminary. That'd be fine. Yeah. No. This is not too late at all. This is fine actually. I'm just wrapping something up with my director, and I'll let him know what's going on, and yeah, no, I greatly appreciate that.
Have a live performance of Dude, Where's My Dildo?
Yeah, he did the battlescapes, the battlebacks. He also did a lot of the other graphics, the title screen songs.
I gotta shut up now because she's talking about how great I am.
Yeah, he's into the he does the HD type graphics, and he really when we brought him on board, he really just enhanced the shit out of our shit. I said shit twice.
A little redundancy there,
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
It's okay if we don't do the last two. They're all really terrible.
Okay, so your name is?
Dirk Ziegler.
From Interplay?
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking to.
Okay.
No, they gotta think we're insane.
They already thought that.
Oh, well, they played the game, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I could definitely schedule a time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we will actually have a finalized copy ready.
Probably within a
very
week.
soon, actually. Probably within a week. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
As long as you don't try to
definitely appreciate this.
As long as you don't try to actually play the game, it crashes right up. I'm joking.
He's joking, of course.
Yeah, of course I'm joking.
Yeah, no, that'd be wonderful. I could definitely do that. No, I really appreciate this, and me and my company, again, on behalf of the whole team, we definitely appreciate this. Thank you.
Even the Waggling Monster.
Of course. This is just us. You guys just gonna review it. Obviously, nothing formal. I know. Yeah.
Tiny
But
wind tunnel for
honestly,
this.
I'm actually just honored just to even have a phone call from you guys. That's great. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you again. I appreciate that. I'll tell my whole team. They'll get a kick out of that. Yep, I will. Okay, Christine. Thank you very much.
Oh,
You have a wonderful evening. All right, bye-bye.
Christine, I think I saw her in at a Sushi Girls number 24.
Wow.
Oh, that was interesting.
Wow.
What do they want?
Oh, well, they're looking forward to getting a copy from us. And,
Cool.
And they want me to let the whole team know that, well, nothing's set in stone, that they are expressing their interest.
Okay.
And that that they have to say that for what they've played so far, they've only played the demo, obviously.
Yeah.
And is that they're impressed, and that they're looking forward to seeing the finalized version, and they're really loving the graphics and the retro look of it. And
that's cool. Well, you were definitely talking about the stuff that I've done, but I was just thinking if they're playing a demo, it's probably from like 5 or 6 builds ago.
Considering that the demo is only until Zexor, it's not.
Yeah.
But
it's got like the wrong title screen and.
Yeah, of course. But I did tell her, obviously, that we redid everything. So.
Okay, cool. So you ready for the final 3?
I am ready now.
Should I now? Do I have to edit that out? Because that was really funny.
No, don't edit that out. That's
okay. Well, because you said the I word.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
I could bleep that.
Yeah. Well, could you bleep that?
I will bleep that one word.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. The one word that we don't want anybody to hear. Okay, so ready. Number 3 worst porno movie name, and this is another one that's censored. It's Big Trouble in Little Blank. Once again, I have to assume the word is pussy.
And little pussy.
You would get in big trouble.
With a little pussy.
Yeah. Number 2 is Bust a Nut in Grandma's Butt.
Oh, fuck that shit, man. That's it. I give up. Oh, man.
Honestly, that should be number 1.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing that I've ever heard.
Oh, man.
Number 1 is not even that bad compared to most of these. It's Yank My Doodle, It's a Dandy.
Okay, that's just stupid.
Yeah, it's just stupid, but it's
but
not
the
like...
second one is
it's not horrifying or nightmare-inducing.
The second one is nightmare-inducing. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the top of your head, which of these was the worst? Do you think it was Busted Nut in Grandma's Butt?
Yeah,
Or?
honestly, yeah, that was pretty fucking horrible.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta say, and this is sort of the same theme. Number 17, Great Grandma's Gone Wild, was the worst in my opinion. I mean, where did they film that? They went to a convalescence home, or
nursing home and went, oh yeah, they're wild, but don't die.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, honestly, I mean, what's the next logical step after that? I mean, Mummy's Gone Wild. I mean,
oh God.
That's like I feel I need to put a clip of Blue Iris in here. Ah, yeah, yeah.
Like I need to take a shower after hearing that that list. It's so bad.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. Add a 69. What do you say, Tanya? They're all terrible, but from Lifestyles of the Bitchy Wanks all the way up to Yank My Doodle, It's a Dandy. What do you give this?
I'm gonna say because the last two are kind of out of order. I'm gonna say 68.
68. That's You Blow Me, I Owe You one, right?
Yeah. Wow.
I'm gonna go whole hog and give this a 69 because
69.
Even though it's not the order I would have put them in, these are probably the 69 worst porn movie titles ever, and no normal person should ever willingly watch any of these based on the title.
This is our disclaimer for this episode of List Critics. No one ever watches these.
Don't watch these. Don't watch these because this will be actually. You know what? I'm just realized something. The censored ones. I think it's because I'm not bringing up the same list.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's the same list, but if you remember earlier, I was questioning whether or not these were even real.
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to look it up, and I looked up one of them, and all I got was like another copy of the list, and I was actually looking at that tab, but that one was on a forum, and I think they auto-censored some of the words. So I think that's the problem. So actually, if I can bring up the email from I Fuck Like an Animal, I can tell you what this is with the actual, yeah, here it is. Okay, give me a second here, and I'll tell you what those titles were. There were 3 of them that were censored. Well, I'm
gonna guess probably like Pussy or something.
Yeah, I guess, but you know, it's you know what I mean? Tanya, you know, it's just Okay, so let's see. There was 3 of them. Well, there was 2 of them that I read that were censored. There was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Something, which is the Phantom Penis, actually. They censored the word penis, but not all these other things. And the other one, which was Big Trouble in Little Vagina.
They censored vagina and penis?
The 2 technical terms they censored, but they didn't censor Harry Peter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, or, you know.
Why?
I mean...
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense at all, but apparently on this forum that I was looking at, penis and vagina are censored. It's like Korea.
That makes no sense at all.
No, it doesn't. The list is a 69 now. You're saying 68, but I'm gonna say 69. I think that may be the first time I've ever given a 69.
Wow.
On List Critics, anyway. Oh my.
Oh my.
But that is it. That will be the show for this month. So please send me your lists. Send me lists you found. Send me lists you wrote. Send me lists. And honestly, if you could find one as funny as that last one, please send it, because that was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, that was great.
All right, so this is NecroVMX saying sayonara, suckers.
Bye, everybody.